Yeah, it's not either or, bro.
I got both right here.
PlayStation. Why do I need both?
Because we need you, bro. We need you at the center of the pitch, playmaking.
No.
No, he said.
No.
What do you think? You think you like outside or no outside?
Yeah,
Doesn't matter. Actually, let's go outside, man, just to see some weather.
Ooh, I can give you the full view though. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah,
that looks
snowy out there.
When's the last time you cleaned your windows, bro?
Dude, you know that what?
When was the last time you cleaned your windows?
I don't know, but what you trying to say because that stuff that's on the window? That's called snow, dude. That gets caught in the screen.
Nah, bro. I'm seeing smudges. I'm seeing a little couple scratches in there, bro.
Those aren't smudges at all, dude. Where? Where are these smudges?
Right there, bro.
Where?
All it is. That's snow. That's rain.
That's ice.
That's ice, dude.
Nah, that's smudge, bro. That's smudge.
Dude, you're smudge.
Nah, you know what's smudge, bro? Mo Salah diving, bro. Freaking smudging his legacy.
Sticky feet.
He's a piece of shit, man. Bottom line. What up? PFC 281. Crash landing. Premier League Matchday 23 review. We're doing this remote. If you don't know where we're located in the northeast of America, Massachusetts specifically, and we got smashed with a crazy snowstorm. I'm not even that crazy.
Snow going on.
Yeah, Huss got the snow going. I think we might post up this video because we're remote, so why not? You know, we're live right now. I don't know if you guys get notifications from us, but we're YouTube live in this Google Hangouts. So thanks for tuning in. Let's open it up right away. We'll talk Arsenal 2, Chelsea 0.
Let's get it, man. London derby here. So amped up, my boy showed up. Everyone was counting against Arsenal. Huh? All you haters, I'm talking to you PFC hosts right now. I'm talking to some of the PFC nation out there. I know everyone was praying for our downfall, but we came through.
Bro, you didn't even win, bro. Chelsea won, bro. Chelsea won. Chelsea did that on purpose, bro. They cucked up, bro. They're like, we'll give them the W so we can make the title race, the top 4 race more easy.
Hey, this is the EPL. No one's giving W's. You got to take them. And we took this one back home at the Emirates.
Finally, Emery did something should have been doing all year. He started Aubameyang and Lacazette together. Weird. When you start your 2 best players, you seem to do better. I mean, it's not very difficult.
Right. Easy on the tude. Okay, let's easy on the tude real quick.
Tell me it's difficult to start those 2 together. Tell me it's difficult.
Good point. But just ease up on the tude. It was more than that. Okay, if you look at it, tactically,
you should have a tude because you should be angry that he hasn't done that.
He played with 4. This guy's started Ramsey and Torreira for the first time. It reminded me of what Pochettino was doing with Spurs with the 4-4-2, and it worked beautifully, man. They just drowned out Kovacic in the middle, who was supposed to be the creative midfielder, and Chelsea weren't really doing much. I mean, Hazard, was he even playing this game? We know he destroyed us last year, but he didn't do shit this game.
Yeah, man, it was a combination of that, but I think most importantly, man, it was plain and simple marking Jorginho out the game. The last few matches Chelsea have played, Jorginho has been ineffective. And the first, I think 11, they didn't lose in 11 games, the first 11 games, something like that. You'll have to fact check me. But Jorginho was instrumental. He had the most passing, the most possession on the ball. So basically the formula to beat Chelsea now has been discovered. Mark Jorginho out the game, and then obviously take care of the Kovacic, take care of Conte, make sure Hazard is silenced. But if you kill Jorginho, they literally don't have that link from defense to midfield to offense. Obviously, David Luiz has that long ball that he played last week to Pedro, but you can't rely on that Route 1 football, especially when you're a top 6 side. You got to be able to beat teams differently, and you got to control the mid. And Arsenal, look, I don't think Arsenal's midfield was that special, but they were efficient. No. Xhaka had a solid game. Guendouzi, solid game, nothing special. Torreira got beat a few times, but solid game as well. That's all you need, man. You just need to take care of your assignments, and then Lacazette and Aubameyang will hopefully take care of the rest.
Hey, man, Lacazette, great finish. Dribbles by a guy, turns the first guy, dribbles by another guy, and then roofs it on Kepa near post. Maybe the Chelsea goalie should have did better, but, I mean, you see Hector Bellerin getting up and down the line, Kolasinac bombing on, so the fullbacks were providing us with width. But for me, the surprising performances were the 2 center backs. Like, we've been shitting on this Arsenal defense, talking about how leaky they are. which were, you guys were rightfully to do so. But Koscielny stepping up, having a big game, scoring a goal with the header, and then Socrates getting
The header?
the
Are you
assist
mad,
to-
bro? He scored that shit with his arm, bro. Come on, cuz. Listen. You said it earlier. You said Tom said you can't you have to take every win you can get. At the end of the day, man, Chelsea bent over. You saw the hole, and you went in for the kill, bro. And that's what happened. Chelsea, I mean, I thought this game Chelsea were pathetic. It was abysmal. And I mean, whether it was because of Jorginho being marked out of the game or Hazard and the wingers not really stepping up, I mean, Arsenal were just better in every facet of that game. And you talk about the back four. That was like the first back four that's been a proper, like, okay, we have two center backs, we have a left back and a right back. It's the first time that's happened in how long?
Here's the thing, though, guys, where I don't want to get like too ahead of myself as an Arsenal fan, because like we'll have wins like this, especially in the January transfer window when we clearly need more signings. And some people will take it as okay, we're good enough to beat Chelsea. We're good enough to qualify top 4, maybe even challenge for the league. I mean, you look at what Mauricio...
Challenge for the league? Who's saying that you can challenge for the league?
Let me finish.
My Lord.
No, I'm saying some crazy fans think that just because one win.
They should turn off the TV and go back to bed.
But Maurizio Sarri comes out and he goes off on Chelsea after the game. So this wasn't like a Chelsea that was hyped up playing at their best. They basically didn't get off the bus. He had to speak in full Italian in his post-press conference because he didn't want to make a mistake with his English. He went in on him, told them that this is like a tough group to motivate of players and that they're almost like they're too comfortable at times, that they Arsenal mentally beat them. It had nothing to do with tactics, is what he said, and that the mental, I guess, the attentiveness to detail and just being up for the game. Arsenal had that and Chelsea didn't. So
yeah, I agree. I agree with his opinion of that, and it's not the first time he says that about Chelsea being difficult to motivate. They're spineless, man. They're spineless, and I'm not even talking about positionally, from center forward to goalkeeper. I just mean like when they go down, it's fine. When they go up, it's fine. Like there's no reaction from them whatsoever. And I think part of it, man, is honestly they lost Mourinho, who's a big character, sucked a lot of life out. And then they lost Conte, big character, sucked the life out of that locker room. And they lost Diego Costa. So those three massive personalities have been sucked out. There's no one to step up. Cahill, his career is basically done, dude. I don't see him coming back. Rudiger and Luiz are playing well, and Aspilicueta and Alonso, but there are no Englishmen in that back four. You look at the midfield, no Englishmen. You look up top, no Englishmen. And that's not to say Englishmen are better motivators, blah, blah, blah. But no, that's what I'm saying. On the starting players, of course, there are Englishmen. You have to have Englishmen. But on the starting 11, there are no Englishmen whatsoever. So you look at that, and it's like, who's the heart of this Chelsea team? Hazard is one of the best players in the... Huh?
Frank Lampard gone? Where's John Terry gone?
That's it, man. You look at Hazard, one of the best players on the planet, but he's not the type to motivate the team. That's just not his strength. He plays well, and maybe that'll motivate you secondarily, but primarily they have no one when they give up a goal to turn around and say, hey, bring it in. Let's get our heads together. And
even with that, I mean, Hazard, he has his own issues too. And I mean, this just kind of shows whether, like, Sarri has a decision to make. I mean, I don't know if Hazard was 100% in the game because he could be. I mean, obviously this is speculation, but he could be thinking like, I'm thinking of a move. I want to go to Real Madrid. So I'm going to play every game at my best to make that move happen. It's not like the likes of, I don't know, someone on Arsenal that day who's thinking, I want to win, like Koscielny, for example. I want to win, and I'll do anything I can do to help win so that we get the 3 points. So with that comparison, I mean, you can only give so much. What was that?
I don't get that point. Like
Hazard right now is their talisman, and like if your talisman isn't up for it for the team,
yeah,
he's not, like, you can't. Sure, there are going to be some games where you'll run away and you'll win against the smaller teams, but against the big six, you have to keep focus on beating your opponent so you get the win, as opposed to I want to look good so I can make that move.
Hazard's mind is drifting.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like with Ozil, we don't know if Ozil's mindset is in that state right now, but one could speculate that. And Emery pulled him out of the side. He yanked him out of the side, and he said, listen, like, A, you're not good enough for my tactics, and B, like, your head's not in it. You're getting your money, and you know what I mean?
Look, I don't think it's just hey, his head's not in it. You have to remember that this took a special goal a low percentage goal, and a freak goal to beat Chelsea. On an average day, Arsenal doesn't score at least one of those. Now, if this is a 1-0 game, Arsenal, I still say that Chelsea can work their way back. When they get that second goal, that was almost like a dagger. And that shows character towards Chelsea. But if it's 1-0 rather than 2-0, I think Chelsea will definitely have a little bit more bite in their attack. Once they got that second goal in, Chelsea started deflated a little bit. You saw there was a replay of Hazard. He just like kind of like blowing his cheese like that. Like you saw it multiple times. He's just like, ugh.
Yeah, man, it's tough because he's playing out of position, and I salute him for that, for being a trooper. You know, like he's literally one of the best left wingers in the world, or wingers in general in the world. And he's being forced to play a number 9. And some people can adapt. Like Salah, one of the best wingers in the world, is now looking like one of the best number 9s in the world. But I don't criticize him for not being able to adapt to a number 9 position. Obviously, being adaptable is a strong trait, a strong quality. But at this pro level, I think adaptability is not as important as specialization in your position. And with this news about Gonzalo Higuain, it looks like it's 90% done. Basically 100, just got to sign on the dotted line. He might not be an impact for Chelsea, and that's what Unai Emery, that's what Maurizio Sarri said in his press conference. He said this team is so difficult to motivate that it might affect Gonzalo Higuain's effectiveness when he comes in. That's a big shout, man. That's an absolutely big shout.
That's definitely a big shout, and he was sending a message with that, but that sounds like a built-in excuse already.
Look,
you know
it does.
But it sounds like an excuse.
Yeah, it does, but it's also factual. Like I think it's coming from a good place. I don't think he's all of a sudden he's in love with Higuain and he's going to protect his reputation. Like I think he really means it. You're right. If it is a failed signing, then he can say, "Yeah, man, I said it before the signing even happened that this might fail." Sure, but I don't think that's where he's coming from. That's what you can, perceive from his statements. But I literally think he thinks this team is difficult to motivate. And before Jose left, he had the same complaints. He had the same exact complaints that these guys don't give their all when they're supposed to. Conte got the same complaints, but for him, it was more directed to the background staff that they won't give him the players he wants. So Chelsea, man, they've had the Real Madrid. They're poor man's Real Madrid, essentially. They just buy good players, use them up, and then sell them off. They don't really develop talent. They're starting to try to with Hudson-Odoi, but Maurizio,
he wants to go to Bayern.
I don't know if he wants to go to Bayern. He wants to play. He wants to play, and if Chelsea can guarantee him minutes, I think he'll stay. I think is deep down he wants to stay if he'll play, but he's definitely willing to go to Bayern, especially after guys like Sancho left Man City and is now balling at Dortmund. Why wouldn't you leave? The question is, when he gets to Bayern, is he going to get those minutes? I know Ribéry and Robin are being phased out, but you got, Kingsley Coman out there doing work. They've moved Müller out wide to accommodate Lewandowski at number 9. So is he... I feel like he's jumping from one struggling situation to another. If he was going to Schalke, Wolfsburg, Dortmund, Monaco, Marseille, Lyon, teams, Sevilla, teams on that level, I'd be like, okay, he's going to get there. Maybe he'll have to fight for a spot for a few games, then he'll work his way in. Bayern, man, especially this Bayern, this struggling.
Because players don't always think of that. Sometimes if Bayern come knocking at the door, you're just like, oh, shit, that's Bayern, so.
It's Robinho and Real Madrid. Robinho and Real Madrid. You know what I mean? Like, I don't blame him for going. What I'm saying, I'm stepping back as a pundit and saying, is it really that different to be at Chelsea versus Bayern at this age? Is he going to get the minutes he's craving at Bayern?
I think the one difference is that Bayern has the 2 aging wingers with Ribéry and Robben. Once they're out, it's going. We're not talking about this year for him. We're talking about the next year and the year after. So with Chelsea, it's with Pedro, Willian, and Hazard if he stays, and then the way that Chelsea is, it's not guaranteed. I think Bayern has a track record of playing the wingers.
Look, I hear you on that, but it's the same thing. So Willian is 30, Pedro's 32, so they're also old wingers. Willian's looking like he's leaving for Barcelona at any minute. So like there's opportunity at Chelsea, but like Bayern, again, I say it. Yes, Ribéry and Robin are aging. But Kingsley Coman just got signed, so that's one side of the position locked out. And to accommodate Müller, they have him playing out wide, like as not like a speedster winger, but as more like a creative.
Let's not make this into a Hudson-Odoi. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, that's the big story right now.
Yeah. No, just one more point before we move on is that this is the first time in a long time Bayern have been in an actual title race with Dortmund being 6 points clear. So they may be looking to refresh. They might be saying, oh, maybe our wingers aren't producing enough, which I mean isn't necessarily true because Ribéry and Robben, as of late, have been balling. But it just may be that sense because, like, when this happens, especially like the bigger clubs, like you got to bring someone in. You got to bring someone in to, kind of rejuvenate, get everyone going, be like, listen, we're only down 6 points. We can come back and win this. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. But back to
Arsenal, man. Hector Bellerin goes down. This guy looks like he's going to miss the rest of the season.
Torn ACL, bro. I think that's what it is.
ACL is what they said it may be. They're still waiting on to make it official. But
Unai, after the game, though, came out and said it might not be as bad. I don't know if he's just doing that to play it down. Obviously, they didn't do a full assessment by the time he did the post-match interview.
He's just being optimistic.
Yeah. But it looked bad. It looked bad.
Like, and for me, that's major. I mean, him coming back, you saw the balance he brought to the team. Kosanic was the only fullback we had bombing forward. Lichtsteiner, he's over the hill. He's not going to be able to do it. So what now? Bring Carl Jenkinson back or someone like that?
Ainsley Maitland-Niles will probably start it right back.
Fucking Mr. Mediocre.
Primary position. So that's like putting James Milner at right back. He's going to get roasted. We saw what Zaha did to him this week. We saw it's like
okay, that would have happened against almost anybody because of Zaha.
Nah, bro.
Position. It's a concern, is what I'm saying, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, for sure, man. Let's roll into that game. Arsenal takes care of business here, keeping their top four hopes alive, clawing back. It's impressive stuff, man. I didn't see this coming. I think most of the pundit world didn't see this coming with that Arsenal shaky defense. But congrats to them, man, for pulling it out, backs to the wall. Liverpool
guess
4.
Who didn't play for defense?
Who?
Mustafi. Weird. When Mustafi doesn't play, and you start Aubameyang and Lacazette together, you win. Weird. I could coach this goddamn team.
Guys, I got something to tell you. Guys,
you just quick touch yourself
at taking care of their health. Whether it's a knee injury, bad back, or something worse, guys are usually more comfortable rubbing some dirt on it than seeing a doctor. I'm guilty of it myself. You guys ever done that? Been playing a game of footy, something like that, or maybe there's something going on with you?
I always on a day-to-day basis.
Oh my god, the girlfriend gets mad at me because I never go to the doctor on that.
Well, the same thing is true for erectile dysfunction. Studies show 70% of guys who experience ED, aka erectile dysfunction, don't get treated for it. Thankfully, Roman created an easy way to get checked out by a doctor and get treated for ED online. Roman is a one-stop shop where licensed U.S. physicians can diagnose ED and ship medication right to your door. With Roman, there are no waiting rooms, awkward face-to-face conversations, you know how you hate those snacks, or uncomfortable trips to the pharmacy. You can handle everything discreetly online. All you have to do is visit getroman.com/FC. Fill out a brief medical onboarding, chat with a doctor, and get FDA-approved ED meds delivered to your door in discreet, unmarked packaging, so your neighbors won't even know. Guys, go online, get checked out by the doctor. Erectile dysfunction is a problem that guys don't tackle. But with Roman, it's really easy. So just take care of it. For a free online visit, go to getroman.com/FC. That's getroman.com/FC for a free visit online. One more time, getroman.com/FC.
Liverpool 4, Palace 3. This was a thriller here. I looked up the stats. Liverpool had not scored more than 2 goals on Palace since 2016. So I had a little cute 2-1 prediction here. But 4-3, man. I didn't see the 7 goals.
No one in the EPL had scored more than 2 goals at Anfield this year. So Palace are the first team to do that this year.
And 2 goals only happened once against City.
Yeah. Okay, with that awkward silence from Huss there. I mean, listen, Mo Salah's a diver, man. That's what he does. Listen, that Julian Speroni character, sorry, Al, that guy is whack, bro. That guy is whack. He was at fault for at least 2 of the goals. The Salah goal that kind of just like landed on the goal line, 100% Speroni's fault. That guy's a moron, bro. This game was gifted to Liverpool because Palace played a great game.
Yeah, look, it's tough, man. You're right. Speroni did cause a whole bunch of issues, but he's a third-choice goalie, man. So, like, this dude hasn't played in years. I think he was the Palace starter a few seasons ago, but since then he's been third place. He didn't expect to get minutes this year, so his match sharpness is off. And unfortunately for goalie, dude, like there's no, oh, you're gonna play 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90. You get thrown in there, no lubrication, and you're at freaking Liverpool, arguably the most potent attack in the EPL. Them and Man City is the debate. So like, look, to let in 4, and especially that one he gave to Salah, that little weird flap he had at the ball. Like, look, it's tough, but I kind of give him a bit of slack because he just hasn't played in years.
Yeah, but you also have to remember, we can't blame that on being, third choice goalkeeper, because we had a third choice right back. We had a third choice center back in. So we have injuries as well.
No, but like you guys are much better. Bro, goalkeeper versus field plays is different. Goalkeeper, you're literally the last line. Like if you don't make that save. Yeah, but you had 2 field players, like not goalie. Imagine, what happened when Bogdan used to play, bro? Your third stringer. What happened when it was horrendous? Exactly. It didn't matter, bro. Exactly.
So
Bogdan,
we had 2 players out.
It's not the same, Huss. It's not the same.
I'm not saying it's completely the same, but I'm not going to just blame it on just one player. So the thing is,
but it was. You saw the Salah goal, the flap. It literally was the goalie's fault.
Bro, you take those 2 goals away, you guys lose. You take away the dive and you take away that goal, you guys lose 3-2.
And Alexander-Arnold probably stays with Zaha, so he can't cross that ball in.
I don't know
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
No one stays with Zaha, bro.
You just said that. You literally said any right back would have trouble keeping up with Zaha. And Trent Alexander-Arnold is like not even in the top 5, bro.
He's top 5. But anyways, he would have been able to say that. But Lovren, he's better than Matip. And what happened on that second goal? I mean, Fabinho, Virgil, Matip, they didn't have organization on that corner.
But also think of it like this. Think of it like this, Huss. Just to go back on Tiki's point of like a third string keeper. Like James Milner plays like 28, 29, maybe 30 games a season. Matip will get the cheeky 15 to 20 games a season. So like it's different. Like when you haven't played in like legit in a game situation.
But I'm saying I'm not going to blame just one dude for their loss.
Oh no, yeah, 100%, 100%. It's not.
But he takes
was garbage. I mean,
he takes.
Where's the defense?
No, he takes the bigger bulk. Like of course it's spread out, but he takes the biggest bulk, man. He does, because that's what happens when a goalie makes a mistake. The goalie takes the biggest.
Are you guys talking about the entire game or that one goal?
No, I'm talking about the importance of letting that one goal in. The importance of it, the significance of it.
That's an easy save. Like
that's an easy save. It keeps momentum.
And then like worst case, they don't score that, and everything ends up the same. It's 3-3. That's Liverpool dropping points from home. That's the point I'm trying to get to.
No one coaches that technique. So whatever was happening.
Thank you, bro. It was match sharpness. He just panicked. He literally. The technique is to punch it and keep it going. And he literally flaps it like he's trying to go over the net, but he's at the top of his 6. Like you can't head it over for a corner, bro. Like that was the most ridiculous technique ever.
But anyways, Palace, they're a good team.
They are, man.
City. So actually coming into this game, I was actually pretty nervous because they've always had a tough time with Palace. Just one of those teams that they have.
The team.
No, Palace, like I said, they haven't scored more than 2 on them since 2016. Palace plays all the big dogs well. They almost scalped Man City last year. They scalped Man City this year at the Etihad, if I'm not mistaken. Chelsea. So it's not shitting on Liverpool that Palace, lost 4-3 to them. It's just a matter of giving Palace props. If they had a decent goalie, I don't know. I smell 3-3 here, 2-2. Maybe even Palace pips one at the end. Who knows?
Actually, you know what? No. Salah? I want to talk about someone else on the other side of him, because if we talk about this guy, this game should have been 6 goals.
Just say his name,
10 goals. Sadio Mane. He's becoming. I love this player. No, I love this player, and I want to root for him. Trust me. I do not want him to leave. But the point is, the last few months have been so frustrating to watch this dude, because it becomes so frustrating to see someone so selfish. Dude, get yours when they arrive. Pass the ball to your teammates. Let them get theirs. There were 2 to 3 times that Salah was wide open for a goal opportunity. There's one time he's coming in from the right side, top of the 6, he takes a shot. When if he just puts it across the 6, Salah passes it in. Also, at the end of the game, Mane and Salah were going. Salah was by himself in the middle. Sadio Mane is trying to get a couple more touches to break on the defender. toe poke that through to Salah. He's in. No one's catching him, dude. Game
He's
over.
talking about the fourth
And then
goal
even
that
on
Mane
that
scored.
goal, even on his goal,
Yeah.
there was someone wide open. Look, I'm good. I'm happy that he got his goal. I'm happy that he shot that ball. That's fine because that's a tough one because if you're going away from the goalie, down and away, they still,
you're
even
only
if they
happy
save
he
it,
shot
it
that
goes
ball
into the
because
top
he
of the
scored
six.
it.
But the
If
point
he
is
did not
that
score that
someone
goal-
was wide open at the top of the six as well. So Mane, even when he scored the goal, you can see the dismal. He knows he's frustrated. Everyone's smiling, happy. He only showed a little sliver of a smile when Firmino went over, kind of did like a little dance with him. But look, I get it. You're frustrated, but don't hog the ball, dude. Good things
Why?
happen when you
Because
give
he's
the ball up.
Bro,
So-
he's an alpha, bro. He wants to be the alpha.
He's not
Regardless
an
of
alpha. He might have the attitude of an
regardless
alpha,
of what's
but that's
going
not
on.
An alpha has to produce, and he's not producing.
Regardless, no, but that's the
Fair
thing is his mentality is that like I'm the best. I'm the guy that started
No.
this Liverpool
There's a difference
resurgence.
between alpha and spoiled brat.
Listen, I understand your frustration because Mane is like one of the most frustrating. Jesus Christ, Huss, take a breather. Jesus, he just went
Huss
into a
brought the
rant.
heat.
Dude. No, but it's just in general. I mean, like, look, I agree with you to the point where, like, all right, like if the ball's there, you gotta make that pass. You gotta set your teammates up because you gotta win the game at the end of the day. But listen, Sadio Mane, he was the first guy that Liverpool brought in because Coutinho, no, Mane came in the same season. No, he didn't. No, Firmino came in before. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Firmino didn't produce. We were all writing him off as a bust. When Mane came in, he came in firing. That's the thing. And like you could argue,
Africa.
what was that?
Then he went-
Salah came in and he stole his spotlight. So you can understand. I'm not saying this is a whole emotional thing. He's jealous of what Salah's doing. I'm just saying in general, Mane has that mentality. Like if I see an opportunity, I'm going for it 10 out of 10 times.
Dude, it's the Son Lamella mentality. Like we give props to Son, he's getting goals. The issue is that when you're selfish and you don't produce, it just makes you look twice as bad. Lamella, I've never had beef with him being selfish because he produces. Son, I've never had beef with him being selfish because he produces. It's awful to play with players like that, to have teammates like that. It sucks. But when they're scoring goals, look, you live with it, man, because at the end of the day, it's helping the team. Mane has always been this dude. Maybe it wasn't as obvious because Coutinho and Firmino had this awesome chemistry, but Mane's always been that dude on the outside trying to be the coach's favorite, and he just hasn't been. And you can see the frustration when this dude Salah comes in and he puts up 40, dude. Like, I'm not sitting here saying Mane is selfish, jealous, but it's a normal human reaction when you're at this competitive level. He's just a competitor, and unfortunately, he's letting that competitive side of his game affect his production. You're right, Huss. The best thing to do when you're in a slump, get assists. Just get assists, and eventually you'll find those goals because you're staying productive. But when you're being selfish, when you're not making the easy passes, that's how you end up having to sit down 2 or 3 games, especially with Shaqiri being a producer as well. And then you start to get those transfer rumors. So Mane, I 100% agree with you, Huss. He is a bit overly selfish this season, and that selfishness is not paying off.
Happened last year too.
Yeah, but he produced last year. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's a selfish player, but he produces.
He produced to a point. But
He produced more than Firmino, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
He produced more than Firmino, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes and no. I mean, again,
No, he did. Like, numbers-wise, he just did.
You're talking about like producing just stats. I'm talking
Firmino. Goals and assists.
Yeah,
straight up.
So
Production.
Firmino
That's
did
production.
more production, as in like a better player last year. He might not get the same stats as I don't know.
Yeah, but better players don't get you into the Champions League final.
No. But Firmino will run back.
Salah was clearly number 1. Mane, I thought, was number 2. Then Firmino.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Well, no, I think Firmino and Mane were very close. But the thing is, with Mane, it happened last year too. I think it was the Merseyside derby where it was a clear pass, or like I don't know if it was a pass or a shot. But it was a person right across the 6, just pass the ball. We win the game. He shoots the ball. It's happened time and time again with Mane, where it's just selfishness.
Okay, Huss, I'm 100% with you, but last year it wasn't as bad because he produced. Again, I'm with you, bro. Like, if Son wasn't scoring his goals, he'd be the most selfish player ever, dude. He's becoming less selfish this season because he's maturing in his game. But since he got to Tottenham, him and Lamella are the selfish twins, bro. They don't pass
it's
at
a
all.
double-edged sword, man.
Exactly.
Like, you can't have it both ways where, like, you want the guy. You want all the best players. You want them to be the guy. And then when he doesn't do it, like I get it. Like his decision making needs. If Mane doesn't score that fourth goal in this game, it's 3-3. Like maybe that little bit of extra I have to do it myself, like, is actually beneficial. Yes, there's some drawbacks to it, but for me, I see way more good than bad in Mane. Should he adjust when he passes the ball? Yeah, sure. But dude, that means you have two guys who are willing to put the team on their back at least and be like, yeah, I want this moment. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, but
this
one
moment.
can finish, one can't.
Huss, let me give you a couple of examples. Let me give you a couple of. Let me give you a couple of.
At a Salah rate.
He can't. No, you're right. Let me give you a couple of examples. Let me give you a couple of
But
examples.
he can finish at a Firmino rate. You know what I mean?
I trust Firmino's finishing more than Sadio Mane's. Mane has the speed to gain him a few steps to have a clear shot. Firmino has a better shot.
I don't know. If you look at that, if you look at that goal against City last season when he pinged it on top of the box when it hit just the bar, one could argue. But listen, let me give you a couple of examples, Huss.
How about all the missing
players I would compare Mane to? One of them I would say would be Cristiano Ronaldo. Guy, when he sees a shot, could be the stupidest shot in the world. Will always take it.
Yeah, because he finishes.
Okay, Marco Arnautovic.
Yeah, but like that's the same mentality. That's what Snacks is saying. Like when you score.
Look at Balotelli. Balotelli was one of the best up and coming players in the world. Finished pretty much every chance he's got. If you look, there was this one goal. I forget who they played when he was at AC Milan. Bro, he was at like near the halfway line. Just pings it, goes in. Shooters shoot, man. That's the thing. That's the thing. And when it doesn't work out, you're going to view them as the scapegoat. You're going to view them as the guy.
No, it's not a scapegoat, dude. I just rate Mane's finishing at like a 70, 75 when Salah is at like an 85 and Ronaldo.
No, I don't think those two are competing, dude. I don't think it's Salah and Mane. Maybe in Mane's head, but I think the better comparison is Firmino and Mane. Because Mane doesn't have 40. Mane doesn't have 40 games in him. You know what I mean? Like 40 goals in him. He just doesn't. Maybe at his peak, he'll have a 30-goal season, maybe 35. But I don't see him on the reg having 40 goals a season. And I think that's the frustration, is that Salah came in and he's about that life. The fair comparison, I think, is more for me. Like, who's fighting for that Robin role? We have a Batman, and that's Salah. Who's fighting for that Robin role? And to your point, Huss, Firmino's production last year, 15 goals in the Prem, 7 assists. Mane, 10 goals in the Prem, 7 assists. Champions League, Mane, 10 goals, 1 assist. Champions League, Firmino, 10 goals, 8 assists. So I sense your frustration, man, in that if Mane was a little bit more unselfish, clearly his finishing or his production isn't as high as it should be, then you add selfishness on top of that. It makes it a very difficult teammate to play with, especially in the team system that Jurgen Klopp likes. And if this continues, I think Mane might get shipped out. It might be an upgrade. He might go to Real Madrid, blah, 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 bigger, better clubs, better things. But as far as his fit in this Liverpool system, he does have to become more of a team player, system player, and kind of put that selfishness aside.
And I don't think he's going anywhere. I really think that Klopp likes him. I think everyone in Liverpool likes him. It's just right now, it's like, dude, we understand you're frustrated. Just do less.
Yeah.
Do less. Because, look, if you want to have like Salah be Batman and Mane be Robin,
what do you got to say about old man Milner out there on his crutches?
Oh, no, not yet. But Firmino would be like the commissioner. He lights up the night for those two to allow them to do their job.
Milner sucks, bro. Milner's
so
garbage.
underappreciated.
Yeah, let's go beat Milner.
Milner's
shit.
a garbage player, bro. He's washed. He's past it.
Yeah, Milner's shit.
Past it. He needs to retire. He needs to have the boots.
Relax. First things first. That goal.
I'm the realist.
No, there's what two right backs. 2 right backs in the league, maybe 3 right backs in the league that stops that. Trent being one of them.
Oh, I thought
no, we're not talking about stopping. We're talking about Milner, getting a red card because he just couldn't handle it, bro. From the first minute, he was
that second yellow. Who was that? Fabinho that was in the middle that should have stopped that ball but let it go through. That put it in a weird position.
Doesn't matter. Old man Milner was too slow. Should have stayed on his feet. Should have respected Zaha's ability. You saw he tried to pull out. He made contact, and he was like, shit.
Stop the play. We got back. And guess what? We won the game. And guess what? Once he went out.
Yeah, Milner didn't help at all, though.
Yeah, you won the game thanks to Mane, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah. you won the game because of Mane, bro. He scored the fucking goal, the killer
He
goal.
scored the last goal doesn't mean we won because of him.
No, it's the back-breaking goal, bro. It was the back-breaking
Mane
goal.
passed it to Salah like in 3 different. Salah would have had 4 or 5 goals.
Hey, man, if I had wings, I could fly, bro.
Yeah, and
Exactly. If I had wings, I could fly.
If Mane had eyes, he could pass.
I don't know, bro. Milner's just a garbage player, bro. I think
That's what it comes down to, Snacks.
I think Klopp just needs to remove him from the lineup, send him to the U23.
Send him to Burnley, bro. Burnley could use Milner. Burnley could use Milner.
Milner's easy top 5 in the world.
You're literally wild. You're literally wild.
Dude, no, but another test pass by Liverpool. This is literally, guys, if you're not paying attention, make sure you watch the rest of Liverpool's games. This is a championship run, man. Like, when you're squeezing out games like this, especially at your fortress at Anfield, you give up 3 and somehow you score 4. This is how champions are made. Last week, you had that solo goal victory. So it's like, man, it's frustrating to watch. But they're buckling a little bit, but the difference is they're still getting 3 points.
Yo, Huss, what's wrong with Alisson, bro? What happened to Alisson?
In what way?
Yeah, Alisson, reality check, bro. You ain't no De Gea. You ain't no Hugo Lloris.
You can't get 11 saves and a half, bro.
Come on,
You can't get 11 saves and a half. You can't get 11.
Lloris, there would have been 6 goals scored on him in this game.
Yeah, right, bro. Lloris has a World Cup. Alisson doesn't have shit.
Which goal could have Alisson stopped?
All of them.
Alisson, none of them.
Keeper, he has to save him. If he's a world-class keeper, he has to save him.
Snacks, that's ridiculous.
No. I'm just trying to vex you right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
that first goal, that second goal. Not the third goal.
De Gea could save it, bro. De Gea. Dave saves. Dave saves.
He's the only one. He's like cousins with Jesus.
Oblak could have had that. Cousins with Jesus. Loser the plot. All right, man. Liverpool pulls it through. They're still on top. I think, 4 points clear. Still a nice little cushion for them. Man City beating Huddersfield at their house 3-0. Huddersfield just fired David Wagner. R.I.P. Man, poor dude. This must feel. He's dead in the EPL, bro. He's dead in the EPL. He's probably gonna have to jump out, find a championship team, work them up again. I don't know if anyone's gonna. I don't know if he's done enough to warrant another EPL gig. He's a good manager. I think eventually he'll be back in the EPL. But R.I.P. for now, bro.
No,
this dude's gonna have to go somewhere.
Assistant coach.
Oh, what a cuck position, bro.
You wanna mess with that flow you got, Huss? Come on, bro. That's dangerous territory right there.
No, it isn't.
Listen, City are just on a mad thing. You know, they're coming off a recent, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, recent victory over Liverpool. They just want to, state their intent. Leroy Sané getting ducats. Raheem Sterling getting ducats. Sergio Aguero getting ducats. They just want to reaffirm that they are, title contenders. They don't want people to forget about them. They're 4 points off the top now. Race is still open. So we're just going to have to see what happens. I mean, Pep, I don't know with City if they're going to be able to catch Liverpool. It's just going to come down to what Pep can do to motivate them because this team has the quality.
City can absolutely catch Liverpool because Liverpool's starting to get injuries now and they don't have depth. City doesn't have depth either, but Pep has proven that he can play guys out of position and still win a title. It's only 4 points, dude. That's a loss and a tie. And I don't see Liverpool going undefeated the rest of the year. I don't see City going undefeated either. But I see City with a better chance of going undefeated than Liverpool, which is why that 4 point cushion is so important. I think maybe Liverpool has a maximum of 2 losses in them, if that, this season. I think they'll lose one more and tie a whole bunch of games.
But again, if City lose one game, is that wraps for the league then?
If Liverpool goes 7, yeah.
Dude,
yeah, if Liverpool goes 7, I think it's probably a wrap. But Liverpool still has to play the top 6. City does as well, so.
And the goal differential has gotten much closer as well, where before City was up by I think 15 or 16 goals on everybody, but now Liverpool are just they're behind by 4 goals on goal differential, so that's going to be huge by the end.
Yeah, so check this out. So Liverpool are remaining only 2 more competitions. Man City remain in 4 competitions. The average days between matches for Liverpool is 4.9, so rounded up to 5. The average match days between games for Man City is 3.4, so they'll round that down to 3 games. And Liverpool have to travel less distance. They're traveling 415 miles compared to 1,200 miles that Manchester City is going to be doing traveling all these competitions. So You want to talk about title runs? It's all these little factors. Yes, you have to play well. Yes, you have to get a little bit fortunate with injuries, but the fact that City are still in full competitions, the level of fatigue that can come with
Look,
that,
for me,
that's a factor. Is what I'm
yeah, I
saying.
think it's a factor, but if you watch the rotation that Pep has, I think they'll be okay because they got enough youth coming through. They got guys on the bench. It is 100% a factor. I'm not saying it's not, but I don't think it's a bigger factor if like Tottenham was in that same position. You look at the FA Cup; they're playing bums essentially. They don't have a tough test. They got Burnley next. You look at the what's it called? The Carabao. Yeah, he's been playing him to keep him in shape. You know what I mean? To keep him match sharp. But
not the Carabao Cup so much. He rotates youngins more, but FA Cup, Champions League, and League.
Yeah, but like Liverpool has Champions League as well, and they have even less depth. You know what I mean? If Liverpool was out of Champions League, this would be a bigger story. But both of them have Champions League, and Liverpool has Bayern Munich Champions League, whereas Pep and City have Schalke Champions League. Not to say they won't both play their starting lineups, but that game against Bayern is going to be more taxing than that game against Schalke. Yeah. Fact of life. So, like, the two major competitions, both clubs are still in. For sure, Liverpool's out of FA Cup and EFL Cup. Sweet, dude. Like, they were going to play, the Camachos of the world anyway. It's not like they were going to – I know Liverpool likes to play Salah in those games, but if it push came to shove, I think Salah would sit in those FA Cup games.
Klopp played, remember when he rotated, played, basically the entire starting 11.
Absolutely. So and City does that as well. Not as heavy as Pep does, but City does. You see Zinchenko out there doing the damn thing. So the issue is that they're both still in two major competitions, the league and Champions League. Once one of those teams gets knocked out of the Champions League, then that's a massive advantage because you don't have to play those taxing Champions League games.
Not just that, but I do agree with Tom with the taxing part of it. We have to see how certain players like De Bruyne hold up. Is he going to get injured once again? We don't know.
But they've been fine without him. They've been fine without him.
Yeah, that's fine. But what if someone else gets injured as well?
Yeah, but now you're playing the if game. Like, what if Salah goes down? What if Salah goes down? It's not fine. Your league is over if Salah goes down. So, like, I understand. Aguero's been down this year. De Bruyne has been down, and yet you guys are still only 4 points clear, bro. Yes. You guys haven't had true injuries. Van Dijk's been healthy. Your goalie's been healthy. Dude, Ederson was hurt this year, by the way. I forgot about it.
But the bigger point.
Injury is significant because.
What's up?
I think the KDB's injury is significant. Now, any other hypothetical injuries that Huss will bring up, I'd agree with you that now we're playing the if game. But KDB has been banged up all year. And if you come into the season injured, typically you're going to limp out of the season. And they're still behind Liverpool.
No, but they're still in striking. Exactly. They're still in striking distance, which means
if they had KDB, chances are but that's equal or ahead of them, right?
Agreed. But like in the reality we live in today, in the reality with KDB out, these motherfuckers are still pushing Liverpool. Like, so for me, the injury and Aguero was out, by the way, a few games, and they still pushed Liverpool.
That's because
this City team, exactly. And that's why I'm saying this multiple competition thing is not as heavy because both teams are still in the Champions League. If Liverpool was out of Champions League, like Napoli made it through instead of them, it's locked down.
Well, I think what might be more important than Champions League and all those other things is that City still have to face 4 top 4 opponents when Liverpool only have to face 3. And that's almost like a game. That's a game advantage right there.
That's a big difference.
If that one single top 4 game ends in a draw, that's 2 more points, which is huge.
Assuming Liverpool wins, like Liverpool is showing that they're human now. Like this is the toughest test in the title run from January to about March. That's when the toughest test is because you're leading, and every game mentally you have to be switched on. That's why I say Liverpool's having a bit of a championship run because they're winning games 1-0. They're winning games 4-3. It's very scrappy, but you're getting results. But it's not this comfortable. Like, it's not like City last year where, like, every game was just stroke. Right here, they're buckling. Liverpool's buckling. But to their credit, they're getting 3 points, and that's all that fucking matters in a championship run. But because City still has those 4 games against top 6 and Liverpool has 3, dude, stumbles could definitely be on for both. Like, I don't think it's that big advantage that City has that extra top 6 game. It is an advantage for sure, 100%.
The advantage is that City has the experience.
That too, man.
Raheem, Aguero, you got
Mahrez too.
Just floating. You have guys who've won 2 EPL leagues. So Company won it before Pep got here. Then they have the experience with
Aguero.
I'm seeing these guys blossom. Raheem Sterling's goal, he definitely earned a PK in this game. Wasn't given earlier. Sané, he's proving to be dude. When it comes to Leroy Sané, I'm looking at it like best youngsters in the world. Kylian Mbappe, Leroy Sané is a close second behind. It's close. Like he's that good, guys. So if they can just silently do this, what could undo them though is that defensive midfield position. We saw how differently they look without Fernandinho in there.
Yeah.
I know that's a guy we slept on, but another rumor's been going on that Pep may be shopping for defensive mid.
Alan.
They'll actually do something about it in January too. Liverpool has to be concerned with the injuries they have and City's experience.
Liverpool has to be afraid with the lack of depth. Obviously, the right back is an important position, but as it shows, you can plug Milner there, you can plug Camacho, and still get results. If Virgil goes down, there's no Company coming off the bench. If Salah goes down, there's no Jesus coming off the bench. If Mane goes down, maybe Shaqiri can cover.
I think every team has those guys though. Every
No, but I'm saying like so far KDB was hurt, and like they're still in. Like their most important player last season was KDB and Aguero, in my opinion. Obviously, Silva had a role to play, Fernandinho, blah blah blah. Yeah. But KDB and Aguero were most important. Yeah. You look at Liverpool, Salah and who you gonna name? Mane, Firmino, whatever. Van Dijk. Salah and Van Dijk were the most important. If either one of those guys got hurt for Liverpool, I don't see them. Exactly. Like it's more their important players are more
depth of City. We all agree. Yeah, City's way deeper.
For sure, man. And they show their depth here, just beating up Danilo all of a sudden is a goal scorer.
Ducats.
Like what the fuck? I mean, he was assisted with a deflection, but like Jesus Christ.
Danilo did this when he was at Madrid, man. He scored a couple of bangers.
Oh, for sure.
You know? And I thought he'd play more. I know I had a bet with my roommate going or something like that. I said he scored like 3 or more goals from outside the 18 this year. And you're seeing like the more he's playing now. Yeah, that even that goal. He had like a first touch left foot in Aguero's head who cushioned it on. You know, so he can play, man.
Look, he can play. I thought he was going to just have the EPL curse. Like when you saw him in those first probably 5 games, this dude was getting roasted, bro. The pace was just too much for him. And that's the disadvantage of having a cushy career at Real Madrid where everyone kind of sits off you. You come to the EPL, bro, no team's really going to sit off, even if you're City. And he struggled. And credit to him, you know, it's benefited by Mendy being out, so he's getting more time. But credit to him, he's doing the damn thing this year.
The damn thing. I mean, there's not much else you could say. You guys kind of touched on all the points regarding the title race, you know, factors, all this stuff. I just kind of remain silent. So I'm like, all right, yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, listen, it's gonna be an interesting end to the season. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen. Obviously, you know, I don't want to see either of these teams win, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick City just because I despise Liverpool.
Man, you were. So I was just thinking. We're talking about the interesting part of the end of the season, and yeah, if Liverpool could win straight out, it would almost be Shakespearean for next year, where Liverpool kept City from an unbeaten season, and then City could have has kept Liverpool from an unbeaten season. So next year would be a great story. But do you think there should be some sort of schedule change where top 4 teams, like let's say number 1 and number 2 of last year, play each other on the final day of the following year?
No,
because it's more likely that those 2 teams are going to be up there fighting for it. And imagine if the league was on the line for Liverpool versus Man City in May. That was the last week of the season.
But you use the word again, Huss. If like you can't predict. No,
what I'm saying is, but it's more likely that it happens that way. And then if it happens once every 4 years, you tell me that would not be.
But the least likely thing was for Leicester to win the title. Leicester broke the league. Like the least likely thing to ever happen was Leicester winning the title. You can't predict it, so you can't like be like, oh, well, we're just going to make the assumption that Liverpool.
That's why I didn't say every year.
You say,
but I'm just saying it's more likely.
Austin, this year would have been United versus City in the last game, and it doesn't mean anything.
But that's fine.
You're saying a mid-season schedule change.
Well, that could work too. I was just throwing out there if you guys had any ideas. Where I'm just talking about a schedule change in general. Is there a way to make it so that it's more probable that the top teams are facing each other at the end of this season?
I don't think. Look, I think for us as entertainment, as watchers, we'd love that, but I don't think any of the top 6 teams would ever sign up for that. Why would City ever agree to like schedule manipulation so that the last game is the hardest game? You know what I mean? These teams would probably like to play the top 6, maybe in the middle of the season once they're in rhythm, and then never play them again the rest of the year. So, like, as entertainment, I hear you, bro. It'd be great to see all of a sudden City, Liverpool on the last day. There's 1 point difference between the two. It would be incredible. But, like, City, I can guarantee City and Liverpool would not want that. They would rather play Burnley.
The league votes on it. That's cool.
No, but the owners vote on it. The owners vote on it.
Yeah, but the owners. If you get more money that way, yes, I think the owners could vote on that.
But
then it becomes wrestling, bro.
Huss, you got to factor in. Huss, you got to factor.
So remember, it would bring more eyes to it. You may get a little bit more money to it, but remember how Manchester City won their first league trophy in a while?
Yeah, it would have been better if they were facing United.
There were 2 cameras. There were 2 different games going on. United, I forgot where they were, but they had Rooney.
United was at Old Trafford, yeah.
Yeah, and then it was QPR against Man City. And everyone's eyes were glued to that game. So it was Man City versus QPR, but the stakes is really what matters the most, is what I'm saying.
Like, and Huss, and the fact you got to factor in too. People are buying tickets for these games now. Like people will buy tickets for April and stuff, and they'll plan their vacation and stuff. So like, imagine you as a fan, you're like, oh well, Liverpool can secure the title at this day. I'm going to play my trip here, and then all of a sudden they yank that game. And then they move it to the end of the season.
It's not undoable. The NFL does it right now.
Yeah, but the NFL is struggling, dude. They're crashing right now. Like, that's too much schedule manipulation. It is, dude. The numbers are down for NFL.
They're down, but like they're still the highest grossing for all sports.
Not all sports, for American sports. Big difference, bro. They don't make $1 billion transfers a year.
Bro.
The EPL does, bro.
Liverpool, Man United in like 2015, a down year for both of the teams, got more viewers than the Super Bowl. When the Pats came back and beat the Seahawks. And we remember how that game went. So, like...
What I'm saying is don't just be setting your ways. There's ways around it.
No, but like, I don't...
have, like, the best game of the season, the last day of the season.
You're an optimist, Huss. You want Willian and Cam. You want this. Like...
Huss is playing video games, dude.
Never enough for you.
Hey, what do you do against Arsenal?
3 goals on the wing.
Against Arsenal.
What did Hazard do? Got his bitch ass shut down too.
Because he had to play number 9 where he couldn't even play his own position. You put him in his own position, actually give him a striker, probably City win.
What league are you talking about?
You had to rely on a collarbone goal.
Let's keep it moving.
Moving on. Man United 2, Brighton 1. Listen,
Snack's alive now.
Yeah. First off, I missed last week's episode. I was in New York visiting a friend. First off, shout out to Huss for being the first of these wieners to acknowledge the fact that Lukaku is a garbage player. He's taken the small steps to the road of enlightenment. So shout out to Huss. Secondly, Tom, that point you made about, Mbappe and Sané. Nah, bro, Rashford's right there, bro. I'll say Mbappe now because he gets these ducats, but Rashford's right there, bro. Look, bro, the first time he's getting an offensive manager in his entire career, and look what happens, bro. He's got 7 in all the appearances that he's had with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He has like 5 goals, and that's in 7 apperances. He's had 7 in his last 10. This guy's getting. Did you see the finish?
Snacks.
Did you see the finish?
Look, calm down, dude. Rashford is on his way to being in that debate. He's nowhere near there yet, only because he hasn't put in the data, the numbers. He's got, by the way, he's got 150 games, Snacks, before you fucking go off on this crazy rant. He's got 150 games, 146 games with previous managers. So this kid's been given a chance. This whole thing of play the best. Man United has been playing this kid. He's just been inconsistent. He missed 10 breakaways under Mourinho. So you can say what you want. He had 10 breakaways in a row, not randomly here one season. 10 in a row he missed. So he could have had 7 of those 10 goals under Mourinho, and you would have been singing his praises. And I love that you're singing his praises, but let's not put all this on previous managers. Let's put us on his age, which is a normal thing. He's a kid. He's learning. He finally has a manager who he watched when he was growing up, a manager who played his exact position. So that's a massive advantage. But let's not make this about anti-Lukaku, because Lukaku...
The hype beast that Snacks is down.
Thank you. Man, look, bro, I love this team. I don't go over the edge like Huss and Snacks love to go over that cliff. I go right to the edge of the cliff, look down and be like, nah, let's hold on a second.
You look at the view? The view?
Exactly, dude. I'm not trying to skydive, dude. I'm not trying to bungee jump. But no, to your point, Snacks, I hear what you're saying, bro. I'm not quite there with you yet. But if Rashford keeps going the way he is, he's going to be part of that Mbappe, Sane and Rashford debate. He's just going to be part of the debate. He might never be number one, but he will be. Yeah.
He still has their potential as well. I agree with that. But where he currently sits, I love what I'm seeing from this kid, man. I mean, Pogba as well.
Come on.
Is Pogba a diver?
Come on.
Dude, how was that a dive on that one? Explain to me how that was a dive on that one.
Before you go in,
no, it's not about could've. It's not about could've. It's about the fact that he took a step, there was contact, and he chose to trip over leg. Salah, freaking no contact will fall. He'll get tapped and he'll jump and fall.
Straight up, but he didn't.
Oh, he jumped. Dude,
it's the same could've game.
It's not the could've game. It's the fact that this dude got kicked. This dude got kicked in full motion running, and he went down. Salah, two matches in a row. Salah's being exposed.
Get him some crutches. The guy, get him a new leg. He needs to be amputated. Oh my God, Pogba's leg.
You're messed up, yo.
Look at this strength. Look, I'm not saying Salah was good. Look, I'm getting very sad. I'm getting very frustrated with Salah because that's pathetic to watch. But Pogba, he got kicked. No, he brought his other leg in. He went straight leg, and he brought it into the other, and he went timber. He was a goddamn tree.
Because he got chopped down, bro. That's right, timber. He got chopped.
No.
He got chopped by Gaitan Bong.
He just went for it. He just went for it. He was like a diver without the hands out.
It wasn't a diver, bro. Let's establish this. There's three things.
Strong is Pogba?
There's a foul. Dude, that's
You're
not a factor. That's not a factor, Huss. Just because you're the strongest doesn't mean you get fouled. You're allowed to be fouled, bro. Fact of life, just because you're the strongest doesn't mean you're allowed to be fouled. It's bullshit, bro. It's bullshit. Salah's a piece of shit.
I want to.
Piece of shit.
Pogba cares more about his emoji than he does about Manchester United.
Yeah, Pogba cares. Salah cares more about himself than he does about Liverpool.
That's false. That's not even.
Doesn't celebrate. He hates his time at Liverpool.
That's because he's not trying to make something about himself. Like
okay.
Two things. One,
I want to say congratulations to Pogba having himself a baby this week. You can tell with the celebration. He had to lean in. He was rocking the cradle a little bit.
Listen, few things. One, I want to apologize to John Hernandez. Hold on, Huss. I want to apologize to John Hernandez listening to the show. I apologize for screaming like a madman, but when it comes to United, I lose control. Secondly, listen, man, this is Manchester United. We're legends. We're coming back. Pogba's the best center midfielder in the world. But in all seriousness, our back line needs to be addressed. We need a center back. We're going to need a few fullbacks. It's that goal that Gross scored. Listen, Gross has 2 goals this season, both of them against Man United. He has 3 goals, I think, in the past year. 2 of them against Man United. So that needs to be addressed.
He's my boy.
Yeah, well, Phil Jones,
plain and simple.
Out of there, you guys will be all right.
No, man, plain and simple. Bailly needs to fucking get his head on straight. Lindelof is doing the job. Is he going to be world class? Nah, man. But he's doing the job. He's fine for now. You bring in Koulibaly and you put Bailly next to him. It's a wrap. So our defense is not that far. Yeah, get Phil Jones on the bench. Fuck yeah, get him out. On the bench, sit down, relax. Yeah, sure.
Sit down. He didn't say sell him, though.
Yeah, I didn't. I never say sell him, dude. I never say sell him. That guy's important in the locker room. That's how you keep continuation. Yeah, in your opinion. In your Koscielny opinion. Saying Koscielny.
Is there anyone who should be sold?
Fellaini. Fellaini should be sold. I think it's time for him to move on. In the back line, no, because Rojo maybe because he just hasn't played in 2 years. So we haven't missed him that much, and he's not the same. So Rojo probably free up that position.
Darmian, who looks like
Darmian is out. Juventus. Yeah, he's going on loan to Juventus. That's fine. I got no beef with Darmian being out. It never worked for him at United.
All right, I just wanted to check and see if you thought anyone should be sold.
Yeah, man, come on, man. You always think I'm this extreme dude when I disagree with you, and I try not to be. I love this club, but again, I try not to go over the cliff about stuff. I try to take a step back. As far as the locker room, Ashley Young, I don't think should leave. Should he start? Hell no. But if you read United blogs and you read the players' comments, Ashley Young, Smalling, and Jones are so important in that locker room as far as atmosphere, as far as the continuation of who United is. That's what Arsenal is missing. Because when guys go down, there's no one to stand up. That's what Chelsea's missing. Because they let the guys go who came through the whole system. So you lose your identity and you sacrifice your identity for talent. And when talent doesn't perform, there's nothing to fall back on.
But I don't.
I love Ashley Young in the. I love Ashley Young in the.
That type of feeling back. I don't think you need a.
No. You say that, but under Mourinho, man, this is the hard thing about rewriting history. Under Mourinho, we finished the highest we finished since Fergie left. We won trophy. We won Europa, which is arguably a little bit more tricky than Champions League. It's not more difficult because the competition is lower, but it's a bit more tricky to win the Europa. So, like, it wasn't this massive failure. It was just ugly as shit, and it was a failure, no doubt. But, like, we won silverware under Jose, and these players were there. So they weren't as bad. And by the way, since Solskjaer has come in, there have been no signings. We won 7 in a row with no signings. So we can't sit here and say this team is garbage. No. It's not the best United team.
No.
There are changes.
You had at least one signing, Paul Pogba.
Because
he wasn't there when Mourinho was there.
Yeah, okay, that's cute.
That's
cute. I know you're trying to be cute. But technically, this lazy motherfucking Pogba was still getting paid, so he's not a new signing. He's still collecting fucking checks.
He cared more about the emoji than the goddamn club.
Fair enough, 100%. At the time, absolutely. Huss, you're not gonna. Huss, I'm on your side on this. I'll never have a Pogba jersey. I'll appreciate his goals. I'll have him in my fantasy. I'll captain him in fantasy. Yeah, you will, of course, man, because you're a cuck.
Yeah, Paul Pogba.
Dudes can shit on your club. Dudes can shit on your club and not work hard for it. And then as soon as they score goals, you're back on your knees. This dude fucking tanked our club. He tanked our club to get rid of the manager. Fact of life.
Okay, but the manager benched him. The manager
because he was tanking the club.
100%. No, you're right. He was.
So that's my beef with Pogba. Not his ability, not his skills. Pogba's been the same guy he has been. It's not like Solskjaer came in and gave him these tactics. He's been the same fucking guy. He just, to prove a point, he's like, I'm not playing for this manager. That Southampton game, I'll never fucking forget it. That's not on Jose. That's not on tactics. That's fucking Pogba being a spoiled bitch.
Okay, the manager then benched him, and then nothing improved.
Deservedly so.
He did.
Deservedly so.
Okay,
deservedly so. But nothing.
Hold on.
What do you mean?
Let him talk. Let him get it in.
Hold on. You guys are all assuming like, oh, I'm going to defend. Like, listen, bro. Pogba was a little pussy. He's a little pussy cat during this whole ordeal with Mourinho, especially this past year where it's been highlighted. But listen, man, he got benched and nothing changed. We were worse, if we were the same, if not worse, with him off the pitch. So
worse was that he didn't.
So if we had been better and we had been demolishing teams left and right, then you could be like, okay, Mourinho was right to bench Pogba. We could get rid of him or blah 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 blah. Okay, but it got worse when he was not on the pitch. So in my mindset, I'm looking at it. I have these two pussies, these two bitches that are set in their ways. Who do I want to keep? I want to keep Pogba because he's the best midfielder in the world.
Dude, of course I wanted to keep Pogba. Of course, dude. And like I said, I'll be happy when he scores for United because he's wearing this. But the day he leaves, done with Pogs. Done with him. I'll never follow that. I'll never root for that guy's career. I'll never, wish success on him.
Be like that.
As long as he's wearing this badge, yeah, man, Pogba, let's get it. Let's do it. As soon as he's done, hands are washed with Pogba because in those dark days, in the dark times, when it's most difficult, this dude chose himself over the club. When guys like Rom out there, who was shit, absolute shit, Romelu Lukaku, he was still fucking putting in a shift.
Come on.
Martial putting in a shift. Rashford putting in a shift. Lingard putting in a shift. Fellaini putting in a shift. People were putting in a shift, even though the tactics were shit. That's all I cared about. Just put in a shift. Eventually, the board will wake up and fire Mourinho. But you don't have to fucking sacrifice your play. You don't have to sacrifice victories for us and put us in this position because you're unhappy with the manager. Meanwhile, you're the highest paid player at the club, dude. That's bullshit, man. For me, that's robbing your club, man.
It gets down to everyone's happy right now because United's winning. We still have to see at the end of February and March when you start playing real competition week in, week out with Champions League. You're going to be facing City. You're going to be facing Liverpool. You're going to be seeing all those guys. Yes, Spurs. Yeah, that was a test. That was cute. That wasn't a test week in, week out. Yeah, it was cute. But the point is, let's see how Pogba is.
I can't wait until we pass these tests again, and you're like, wow, that was cute too. That was cute. February. Oh, well, in February, the teams you played had hurt players, and they were injured.
You need to relax You can't go back on your words.
Yeah, you guys were fucking losing your minds about Spurs. You're like, well, you only played Huddersfield. Wait till you play Spurs. Harry Kane with that. Phil Jones in the back, struggling. That back line. We fucking blanked those cunts. And, by the way, we broke Harry Kane while we were at it, bro.
The other two times. You guys flipped out. You guys started flipping out about United.
Not you guys. Not you guys. Be specific. Okay. Who?
Okay, you guys. So you guys.
I love it.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
What is when United beat Huddersfield? Oh my God! When United beat Fulham?
Not me, bro.
Oh my God!
Not me.
You guys beat Spurs? Oh my God! Look, if you guys beat City and Liverpool,
doesn't matter, man.
And if you go through Champions League, I'll be like, oh wow,
no, dude,
this guy just won.
I tell you right now, man, you don't win the title beating fucking the top 6. You have to get some results. You can't go over in those 12 games against
that's what I'm saying.
In those 10 games. But so far, we're not over. Those big games, even under Jose Mourinho, bro. Those big games, we stepped up for them. The big games have never been the problem. It's when we lose to fucking Brighton. Tom,
you didn't step up for them.
Dude, we did. Dude, results-wise, we did. Results-wise, looking at
performance-wise,
no, for sure, performance, but it doesn't matter. Performance.
Who was dominating them?
No, 100%. It does matter, but more importantly is the result. More importantly is the result. Chelsea dominated. Yeah, we got more trophies than Arsenal since Fergie retired. Chelsea dominated.
Yeah, you can talk your shit, but
no,
talk about under Jose, you guys got trophies, but the performance is
110%. But what's more, what cost us is that Jose was not getting results, bro. The performance was ugly and it made the time terrible. But what cost us was Jose stopping his results. His playing style was shit. Exactly. His playing style was shit, but now he wasn't getting results. That's what caused it. You look at the Arsenal-Chelsea game, Chelsea put in a good performance. Absolutely dominated possession. They had 60-40. They had more opportunities. But at the end of the day, Arsenal won 2-0. The result's more important. You look at Tottenham last week. Tottenham had plenty of chances. David had to pull out saves out of his ass. So Tottenham had a better performance than United. But what's more important, dude? 3 fucking points. And you look at United under Jose against top 6 or top 5 competition. Dude, it's not like we got cucked out. When City had an opportunity to cuck us out, we fucking beat him, dude. So, like, our issue is not that we struggle against top 6, we get blasted. Our issue is that we go to Newcastle and we lose. We go to Burnley and we fucking drop points. We go to Huddersfield and we drop points. Brighton, I saw a perfect tweet. I don't know if you guys sent it in the group or I saw it when I was doing my browsing. The main difference between Solskjaer and Jose is that a game like Brighton, this 2-1 game, we probably would have tied or lost under Jose. We probably would have tied or lost it. And that's the main difference, is that these guys have confidence. It's still the same players. It's still the same abilities in these players, but it's more positive. So when you take a result and you're playing more positive, yeah, it's easier to swallow that versus when you're playing like shit and you're losing. That's the only difference. But the most important fucking thing, the most important thing is the fucking goals, the results. You got to get 3 points. Whether it's fucking 1-0 away at West Ham, you got to get results, man. Performance is part of it. But who gives a fuck? Arsenal's always played beautiful soccer. You get zero ducats for that, bro. And that's the issue with the fans. You guys play attractive football, but there's no productivity.
There's no substance,
that.
Bro.
There's no substance.
You can't.
I'll take the 1-0 to the Arsenal. I'll take that.
For sure. Absolutely. And West Ham will too, bro.
And here's the thing now.
Chelsea
we
won't.
move on. Huss, we got to have that conversation.
Will you play you fucks later?
Bring it, bro. At our worst, you guys couldn't beat us. At our worst.
What is this conversation?
Huss, we gotta have this conversation. You know, you had a very nice point last week when I had missed the show. I listened to it on my way back. You had said, you know, I'm ready to start having a conversation about Lukaku versus Rashford, and I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what's on your mind because, listen, I've been on the show for about a year now, maybe a little longer, and no one's like, oh, Lukaku, he's got like 80 pace in FIFA. Oh, bro. It's time for the conversation. You know where I stand on the situation, so I won't reiterate.
All right, so I'm not as bad as you, where I say like burn him at a stake. But the thing is, with Lukaku, like look at Man City right now. The depth, you have to keep Lukaku. Put him out wide. Put him out right on the right side. We saw that he did that for Belgium. He did well that 1 or 2 games. I did that. But again, if Rashford keeps producing, keep him there. And then guess what? Even if you want to switch up formations. Put Lukaku and Rashford up top as a double duo. Come on,
that's the difference. Stacks doesn't have the data to win in a championship run. You need 2 number 9s or at least 2 guys scoring goals. United has always been a 2 number 9 team. Maybe not 2 number 9s on the pitch at the same time since Dwight.
But like you have like your
Cole.
A and your B.
Exactly. And I have no problem. If Rashford goes on a 5-game goal drought, dude, then that's when you put in Romelu Lukaku. If Romelu Lukaku goes on a 5-goal, I think the 12-goal drought was part of the reason why Jose Mourinho kind of lost the plot. It's because at United, as a number 9, you can't afford to go more than even 5, dude. Like, it's just, we're not that kind of club. You can't go 12 goals without scoring. It's just too much. It's too much, bro. For our philosophy, you don't fit. And Jose refused to make that change and put Rashford in for multiple games. Rashford would get 1 game, struggle, and then he'd get yanked. Exactly. So I agree. Rashford's treatment under Jose wasn't great. He got a ton of fucking games, by the way, under Jose, but it wasn't the right momentous kind of games. He didn't give him 5-game run, which is what he should have. And under this Solskjaer, as soon as Rashford stops scoring, I'm very happy because we have Romelu Lukaku who's scoring goals off the bench. So every time Rashford scores, it drives me bananas, bro. Because you make it negative, like, yes, this is why we should sell Lukaku. Then who do we bring in next? We bring in Harry.
I would take Giroud. I would take Giroud as a backup.
Oh my god, the guy hasn't scored since May, bro.
I don't give a damn.
Exactly. That's my fucking point. Is that this is not punditry. This is emotion, and you're on a pundit show.
Here's the thing. When you talk about that goal drought thing, I 100% agree. If you go 5 games without scoring a goal, then yeah, you should be yanked. But if there's a circumstance where you're going 5 games without a goal, but you're making everybody around you, bro, when Lukaku plays for us, we look like a worse team. We just
don't.
No, we don't, dude.
We absolutely don't. You haven't.
Promise you, we do.
Been under Mourinho.
Thank you, dude. And last year,
for 4 games, he scored in 3 out of those 4 games.
Thank you.
He hasn't scored in 1 fucking game, dude. Now.
And last year, and by the way, thank you. And last year, he was the only one producing. Lukaku got 16 goals, 7 assists. Is 16 goals enough for Man United forward? No. But in your first year, yes, dude. In your first year, that's enough. Absolutely, dude. So, man, it's so fucking personal with you. It drives me nuts because you're leading us down this path. It's garbage, dude. And you want Harry Kane in, right? You want Harry Kane in. What's going to happen to Rashford's minutes when Harry Kane comes in? He's going to get bumped out wide back again. This is the perfect formula. You got Romelu Lukaku, who's not, Harry Kane level, but is good enough to step in when we need him to. And you got Rashford, this developing talent. This is a perfect symbiotic relationship. They both like each other. They both respect each other. Neither one of them wants to be on the bench, but they don't cause a locker room issue when they're on the bench. Imagine trying to rotate Harry Kane if he comes over, Lewandowski if they come over. These guys are going to be a problem on the fucking bench. Dude, we got the perfect forward pair right now where Rashford can still perform without too much pressure from Lukaku, and Lukaku can come in and score, dude.
That's a good take. That's the first time I've heard that. That's the first time I've heard it
perfect
like that. What do you guys think about that? I think that's a good take right there.
It's good. I can't fathom a reality where someone would actually transfer Giroud and Lukaku straight up.
It's facts. Hey guys, if you listen to the show, man,
you sound like Alex Sigurdsson.
Take whatever Snack says.
Bro.
Take whatever Snack says with a fucking massive grain of salt, because this dude gets emotional.
No, here's the thing. Listen, I appreciate it. But bro, there's got to be someone out there in this world.
But as of right now, this is working. Like, why would you want to fuck with this?
But in the summer, address it. There's
nothing to address. Is my point. This is literally a symbiotic relationship.
I want to hear what Snack's going to say. There must be someone else in the world
that could fill that Lukaku role that you speak of so highly. If you want that symbiotic relationship,
it's already happening. That's the thing. He's come on 4 times as a sub and he scored 3. When Rashford couldn't do the job, he came on and did the job. Not because Rashford sucked, but it just wasn't Rashford's day. This is the role Solskjaer used to play for United, bro. Solskjaer would come on when the starting number 9 couldn't do it, and Solskjaer would bang one in for it. Dude, it's happening right now. You need to go back and watch United history, bro, so you can understand the club you're supporting. We don't just go out and just buy the best players in the world. Yes, we buy here and there, but for the most part, it's homegrown talent with a little bit of pressure behind it. Magical things happen, like a fucking treble.
And
I'll take Mason Greenwood, bro. I'll take him. I'll take Greenwood right now.
He's not ready, but in a few years, yeah. But he's not ready right now. This is just arrogance.
Instead of
ask you right now, who would you replace him with? You keep saying someone, so let's give you a week. Do your research, do your homework. Come up with a dude who's
great call, Tom.
Lukaku next week, and you'll see, man. There's not a lot, dude, who would be able to
ride the bench.
check their ego enough.
Exactly.
To sit behind a 19-year-old. You gotta look that up.
And not only that, you need to understand, like, instead of worrying about whether the grass is greener on the other side, why don't you just water your own grass? Just make your own grass green, bro. That you just if Solskjaer has been this magical manager who changed Rashford around, why don't you think he can change Lukaku a little bit and help his finish?
He's beyond help, bro.
He's not beyond help. He's 3 goals and 4
He's
stops.
like
when you injure yourself on your first touch, that's when it's a wrap.
He didn't injure himself.
That's when it's a wrap.
He didn't injure himself. He kept playing that game. He didn't injure himself.
I don't give a damn. He fell over his first touch.
He fell over, but he didn't injure himself. Be accurate.
I'm being 100% serious when I say this. I'm being dead ass.
I know you are. That's what frustrates me.
No, hold on. When I can look at myself, a man who hasn't played in like 4 years, and
never played.
Get out of here. I could say, listen, I might have a first touch equal to this guy who's making millions of dollars to do a year. That's the problem.
That's a gross exaggeration.
You don't have that touch.
Thank you. It's like seeing, dude, it happens in every sport. If I was in there, I could throw it better than Tom Brady if I was given that time too. Like, dude, it happens in every sport. LeBron James can.
That's not what I'm saying.
You don't have the strength.
I'm not saying. No, hold on.
You don't have the awareness.
Anything.
Weight.
I'm not saying that if I had the luxury of what Lukaku, because Lukaku came from dirt, bro. That guy, he worked his way there, and like shout outs to him.
He actually came from a mother.
Okay.
I mean, another human being, not just.
By the way, you got 5 Champions League goals in 8 games last year, dude.
Yeah,
5 Champions League goals in 8 games.
Where was he against Sevilla, bro? Where was he?
Dude, where was Rashford against Liverpool?
Where was Pogba?
Yeah, where was everyone? Yeah, exactly. You're looking. Thank you, Huss. Thank you, Huss. You're willing to fucking cuck out for
Jose,
Pogba.
bro. It was Jose, bro. I blame him.
Thank you, but you're willing to cuck out for Pogba, but then you're calling out Lukaku.
Bro,
Lukaku is suffering the same system.
Bro, it comes down to the same thing. It comes down to the same principle.
Comes down to your emotion.
Would I rather have Rashford or Lukaku? 10 out of 10 times, I would pick Rashford.
But you would pick both. That's my issue. You can have both. No one's saying either or. No one's saying either or. You can have both.
Look, we're not. Look, here's the thing: we're not cuckoo.
I'll tell you this. I'll say this: if Lukaku's fine with sitting on the bench, if Lukaku's fine with being the super sub, being the Solskjaer, sure, whatever.
Dude, he's not fine being that, but it's a pushing competition here. If Rashford goes on a 3-game drought, he hears footsteps behind him, so it forces Rashford to keep pushing. And if he does go on a 3-game drought, which he will because he's fucking 21, we have a guy who's more than capable of doing the job. Sure, you might not like it aesthetically, but as far as numbers, it fucking puts up numbers for us, bro.
If a club ever signs a player who's happy to be behind someone,
thank you.
Then you know you got the wrong guy.
Thank you, dude.
And you know what?
Especially the top 6.
Any sport.
Yo, I'll call up Klopp right now. We'll trade you. We'll transfer Lukaku for Danny Ings.
Thank you, Huss. Thank you, Huss.
I'll take him.
It's all emotional.
Banging in goals. Danny Ings is banging in goals against Arsenal.
1 goal, bro.
Oh my god!
Romelu Lukaku has 200 goals over his career. He's been the all-time leading scorer of Everton, and he's 25, bro. What has Danny Ings done except score an odd goal here and there? Come on, bro.
I wish Nash was in charge of United so bad.
Oh, bro, I would support City. I'd jump over to City just like that.
Come over to Liverpool.
Listen, bro, in Football Manager, I win the league with West Ham. I don't need to hear this shit, bro. I'm a sick manager.
No, they had Arson do that for you.
Nah, bro. Not my West Ham save. How many times do I have to tell you that, Huss? My Milan save, I jumped to Juve.
You know it's fictional.
But in my West Ham save, bro, I won the Champions League. I won the Champions League over City.
All right, now that Snacks has taken the L. Yeah, let's go to the London derby.
Oh, man.
L for Lukaku.
You guys still talk about that? Fulham Spurs, man. Watch Lukaku come back up in this game somehow.
I bet, dude. I bet.
I feel like we've been talking about this for like an hour.
Me too, bro. It's too much.
No, literally, I think we have
Spurs, man. These cucks, they pull it out.
They're not cucks. Clearly, they're not cucks.
Harry Winks showing up,
dude. I'm telling you, man. Poch slightly behind Pep and Klopp. Is one of the top young developmental managers in the world. Solskjaer hasn't done it enough. He might be in 5 years. All right, fair enough. But man, this guy has been bleeding in youngsters. Oh, basically since he got to Tottenham. Trippier was a product under him. You look at what's his name, the defender. It starts with an F. Foyth. He's a guy who's coming through. Toby Alderweireld and Vertonghen obviously weren't young when he came through, but like he's made them into world-class center backs. Dele Alli. So now you got Harry Winks out here scoring. I mean, he's what? All of 5'5". Davies, dude. It's
Dyer.
Man, this is why I love to watch, man. Now we dude, they did.
Just dribbled
Look,
into the corner.
Dele Alli.
Dude, never mind that, bro. So when that goalie Rico made that save and punted it upfield, I was like, what? That's arrogance, bro. That's seeing Dele Alli out. That's seeing Heung-min Son out. And that's seeing Harry Kane out and thinking, oh, shit, we might pull this one off. This is Spurs, dude. This is Spurs. And they're in a relegation battle. This 1 point was so valuable for them. Rico got fucking cocky, tried to punt it upfield, and they sent it right back, bro.
Look, I don't even blame him. I blame Bryant all day because when I was watching that game, the whole time I was watching the outside back, which he was like kind of like a wing back almost.
Yeah.
When he came back, he was jogging. He wasn't fully marked, and I could see the offset. He gave so much space to Winks. I was like, no, oh my god, this is
you know what it was?
Gonna happen. Once they crossed the ball in, you saw the space happen. Like, you saw this. It's just
no. You know what it was? There were two
Laziness.
issues, man. It was two issues. Goalie should have come out for that. Like that was in his 6 when Harry Winks got there. Goalie should have come out. And 2, Spurs were playing a three back system. So they had wing back. So that's why you could see that space. 23 was having a hard time recovering and catching up.
No. He didn't sprint at all. He was jogging the whole time. He could have recovered if he wanted to.
No, look, he was.
That was more about mind and heart rather than legs.
Yeah, but it was also legs, dude. It was both.
That was not legs, dude. He had 10 feet to run.
Yeah,
Close that shit down, man.
It's legs, man. Tottenham plays a high-paced game.
Listen, man, this is the reason why he plays for Fulham and he doesn't play for City, man. He just doesn't have it in him, bro. That's the difference, man. The top quality, we look at the spectrum of the Premier League. We look at the 20 teams that are in it. And to like a certain extent, I'm not going to say we say they're equal, but like on any given day, someone can pitch someone like Fulham almost did.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why Sergio Aguero is at Man City and not at Huddersfield. There's a reason why Leroy Sané is at Man City and not
Well, this guy had 90 seconds to get into position.
Huss, look, you're right, man. But that's part of the mental. That's what Snacks is saying. Like it's mental, dude. It's to just have that grit to be like, all right, there's a situation developing. If I start sprinting now, I'll probably be able to rent.
And that's the one thing.
Sprinting. He was like 20 yards away. He was close, but not close.
That's mental. Yeah, that's mental, dude.
Not only that, but you look at Tim Ream, who's a U.S. national.
Oh, the whiff.
That's a harsh error. It's a poor attempt at a clearance. He just kind of swings at it with his left foot, doesn't make any contact. At this level, you're gonna get punished for that. So, you look at what you're stating. Okay, this guy didn't track his runner. Okay, they make an error at the top of their 18. Spurs, you got to give them credit for being clinical and putting these opportunities away. But maybe if they play against a different opposition,
we'll talk about this again.
Goals, this is a different game.
And we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this point as well when we're talking about the Leicester Wolves game as well. But here's the thing, man. Like, this is one of the things I'll give Jose credit for is that whether you're injured or you're not, if you can walk, you can run. That's the thing. And so when this
just jog, you don't even have to run.
Brian guy, no, but that Brian guy, I'm guessing in his head is like, oh, like nothing's gonna come of it. I don't need to sprint all the way back. A player like Matic, who's played time and time again, probably playing with a knock, is like, no, I'm gonna get to that ball. I'm gonna get there to prove this is why I'm here.
He's benched next game. My God.
Yeah, sure, 100%.
No, look, I don't think he is, man. He's
I'm being emotional right now. I'm being emotional right now.
He's called out. He's definitely called out. He's definitely in match review. He's called out for that laziness, and he'll work it out. But Huss, we see this all the time. Man. Usually, a goal happening late is all about just grit and determination, and seeing seeing a situation develop and thinking, okay, this is probably going to happen in the next 10, 15 seconds. I need to take a specific action to prevent that. And in the 90th minute, it's fatigue, bro. Like I said, Spurs plays a high pace, down your throat game.
Mental, man. Physical and mental.
Absolutely. And I think he had the legs to get there, but the mental was drained.
He was just like, yo, I don't need to get there. Listen, Huss, there's a documentary on YouTube on Sir Alex, and there's like a whole 10-minute section on Fergie time. No, he doesn't. All right. Yeah, the pleasure of not having to sign him. There's a reason why he didn't get him, bro. Even though he scored a hat trick against us, there's a reason why he didn't get him. Anyways,
he wasn't ready. He was like 20 years old.
I don't give a damn. F off with that nonsense, bro. Freaking Kylian Mbappe's been playing since he was 17, bro, and he's been killing it.
Who do we get over Lukaku, bro? Who do we get over Lukaku?
That's a whole nother conversation for
Thank
next
you.
week.
Thank
Here's the thing. There's a whole point where he talks about Fergie time, and literally every player that was interviewed, I think it was Scholes, Neville, they're just like, listen, that like when it hits the 90th minute, it's another game in another game. Like it's the game within the game.
It's
And
a game
we know.
We all
And
know
that, and you know that FIFA trait, that second wind, you get more like stamina and stuff.
I always
That's
talk
what
about
happens
at 45 and 90. Both teams get one more chance automatically because they always make you screw up by accident.
Yeah, man,
Okay,
absolutely. And
that's
that's the difference between the top teams. Exactly. That's Snack's point is top teams usually revel in that moment. And for specifically Fergie, they would train that. Like, it's not like, oh, Fergie was this, Fergie time was this thing that kind of developed. Literally, they'd have situations where they say, all right, it's the 85th minute. We're down 1-0. This is how we're going to play. Let's work on it. And they worked on it in training. Like, it wasn't.
Maybe Pochettino's doing that.
I think
these guys just have heart. And
I think at all levels they do that, dude. I think at all top 6 levels they do that. I think once you're on the lower tier, you're working on so much other stuff that like
situational training.
Exactly. Situational when your top team is like, all right, we haven't broken a team down over 90 minutes. And I think this is where Jose Mourinho struggled. There wasn't a lot of situational, how to break down a team that packs it in. It was more just like, get the ball forward, don't lose it. And if we lose it, drop back. So the best managers in the world will coach situational. Hey, we're down late in a game. Hey, we're tied late in the game. We're going for it. And this is when the best players show why they paid 6 figures a week, bro. Is that Harry Winks, a guy who's fucking 5'5", realizes, hey, it's late in the game. Let me bomb on. This is probably the last attack of the game. Fuck the guy who's behind me. Fuck marking anyone. Let me bomb on and try my luck.
Want to score.
Exactly, dude.
You gotta put yourself in that position.
Exactly.
To bust your ass, man. I definitely agree with that. But Dele Ali goes down injured in this game.
Yep.
Torn hamstring is what the speculation will say.
Yeah, Eriksson gets a dime to Dele Ali, so they're 2 big players out of the 4.
That ball was
the 3.
Only one's remaining. Christian Eriksson. Last man
so
standing.
this is what I meant, Tom, by like Eriksson has to keep proving himself to Real Madrid, to force Real Madrid or Barcelona or wherever he wants to go to put money on the table. In a game like this, he comes out with an assist. Productive, bro. No Harry Kane, no Son, still productive. This is what I meant. He is ready. But this is how you get Real Madrid to hit up that wire transfer and say, hey, how about 150 million for Eriksson? Like, this is brilliant by him.
Remaining on form is always pivotal. So if you want to talk about it like in terms of remaining on form, it's pivotal. Now, if they tied this game or lost this game, I don't think that's going to be the
No, it's not one game. I think it's the next 2 months.
If Eriksson had like a 5 for this game, as long as he
no.
7 out of 10, if he doesn't entirely, he doesn't have to get a goal or assist.
No, my point wasn't about one game, bro. Obviously, if he doesn't do anything this game, the Real Madrid, I'm saying while Harry Kane's out for what, a month and a half, and Son is gone for the next 3 weeks, if Eriksson gets 1 assist in those 5 or 6 games, Real Madrid's going to have questions. Look at Hazard, the only player who's got 10 goals, 10 assists, still can't convince Real Madrid to put money on, and they need a winger. Real Madrid literally needs that position. Bale is always hurt.
Liverpool anyways. Or an assist, but he still performs well. You can still get a 7 out of 10.
I know, Tom. You're making this about your personal opinion. I'm making this about Real Madrid putting money on the table. I'm trying to understand why this guy. We all see he's ready. I agree, he's ready. He could play at Real Madrid tomorrow and be productive. Why hasn't Real Madrid put the money on the table? Tell me.
Financial fair play.
Bullshit. They're looking at Neymar right now. They're looking at Neymar and Mbappe. Why?
They've been outpriced.
You down with the FF?
They were outpriced for Bale.
Christian Eriksson, you can have him for 270.
They were outpriced for Bale. Bale's quote was 200 million. Okay. Modric's quote was way high. Like, they've been outpriced. Like, this is not new.
I just answered your question because they outpriced him out the game. 278. That's way too much for Christian Eriksson. We all know that.
No. 150. I agree. Koulibaly has been. I understand. Koulibaly has been priced at 180 million by Napoli, right?
That's dumb.
100%. Did Man United put an offer in for Koulibaly? Money on the table. Yes. They offered 110.
You're still gonna put
you still have to put money on the table and then get outpriced. Exactly.
Because that hasn't happened yet. That's not.
No. I understand, but no, I'm not saying it won't. I'm saying Eriksson has to do more to make sure it happens. I'm saying he has to do more to make sure. 278. No, he won't go for 278.
What I'm saying is, if Daniel Levy doesn't say that, I think an offer would have been coming. But
Nah, that's where I disagree because last season he didn't say that. Last season in the summer there was no. This 287 literally just came out now in January. Why didn't they put it?
Publicly, he didn't state that.
Of course.
Behind the scenes,
No, Tom.
If that was the
no, because it would have come out, man. For a guy like Eriksen, he's been linked with Barcelona and Real Madrid. Dude, Barcelona put money on the table for Willian as well. Like there's just something more he's got to give.
We got to kind of move on because we could go at this one all day.
That's when you know you've conceded defeat.
Dude, my boy Nkudu out here doing work. He's finally gonna get time with Dele Alli. Looks like he's gonna be out long term as well. Nkudu is gonna see this kid, what he's about, man. Really promising little French kid. I think he played at Marseille before he came over. He's kind of been in the background developing, kind of bubbling. But every time I've seen him Spurs preseason. I've seen him in random games here and there. This kid is so positive. He reminds me of like a Hudson-Odoi in that when he gets the ball, he has that fearlessness. He has that pace. I don't know if he's got the same moves and class as Hudson-Odoi, but he's got that Hudson-Odoi-esque feel about him. I love it, man.
Real quick. We were talking about Tottenham and everything like that. Let's just talk about the next 4 games because Chelsea we're not going to go after, but Watford, Newcastle, Leicester, Burnley. Are they losing or drawing any of those?
They could.
Because any of those right now would be huge in the top 4 race because right now we have Tottenham at 51. We have Chelsea at 47. We got Arsenal at 44 and United at 44. So if they lose one of those games, everyone is behind them, if not in front of them, in the next by April.
2 out of those 5 games or 4 games.
Absolutely, 100%. Like this is for me. This is an exciting time to see what Poch really is about. Because most managers, you lose De Bruyne, you bring in Bernardo. Like most managers never really suffer this test, and that's why I was like happy when Tottenham didn't sign anyone. Not because I don't think they needed to, but because this is literally we're seeing a modern day experiment in the Premier League, a league where basically you need 400-500 million to win a league. We're seeing a team that's spending no money or spending way under what they're supposed to and still finishing comfortably top 3. So for me, this is more of a social experiment. Now the experiment is getting even more exciting. You lose your top 3 producers. So in order, the producers for Tottenham, Kane, Son, Ali, Eriksen. They just lost Ali today and they got a result, lucky result, blah, blah, blah. But 3 points nonetheless. Now, next game, we're going to get to see them tested again without 3 of their weapons. And we're going to see Poch's ability to motivate and get results. I love this test for Spurs. And beneficially, if they fail the test, that boosts Man United. So, like, this is incredible for me because I love watching Poch work with no tools at this level. And then if he fails, United wins.
As an
it's
Arsenal
great.
fan who went through something similar to what Spurs are going through now, I can tell you the end result. Your best players are going to end up getting injured. You're going to drop points when you shouldn't. And you should invest in players. You should bring on depth in the summer.
Watford, Leicester. I see.
So far, look, so far,
between those 2 games, I see 1 point between Watford and Leicester. I think they're losing 1. I think they're drawing 1.
Yeah, look, that's fair, man. Like it's up in the air for me as far as Tottenham results. Like it's up in the air, but like hopefully
right there, that's not good enough.
No, but
it's 50-50.
No, but it is for
14, top 16. That's not good enough for Watford.
It is good enough for Tottenham. Like literally, this business plan. It is good enough. Otherwise, they would have spent 400 million.
Not for the steps they've taken in the last 5 years.
No, it is good enough.
Not good enough.
That's exactly. This is who they are. This is who they are. This is who they are.
No,
like,
but they're trying to change their stars. They're trying to change.
No, they're not, dude. Otherwise, they would have bought players. They're not trying to change shit.
They got a new stadium, so they're trying to do that. So they get more money.
Exactly, not to spend it. Not to spend it. They're pulling an Arsenal to increase their revenue. That Emirates, the whole excuse for not spending at Highbury was, we're paying off Emirates. We're paying off Emirates. They pay off Emirates. There's still no spending. This is their business plan. No, get more money, but not to buy more players.
No, I said
get more money to buy more players.
Survive right now. Get more money when the stadium's done and all that, and then they can really invest. They have to have a bigger
invest. That's not how business works.
That's my point.
That's not how business works.
It's not how their business works.
You can't. If you're paying off a stadium,
that's literally how business works.
if you make it's more complicated than that. It's like you're thinking of it from a black and white perspective. Like if you're Tottenham right now, you're extending but you could argue that they might pretty much be in debt. That's the reason why they're pricing the likes of Ericsson at 300.
Does Arsenal have money?
Absolutely.
Is Ericsson?
Does Arsenal have tons of money?
Yes, they do, but they won't spend it.
Because they survived and did top 4.
And so did Tottenham. Tottenham has finished above Arsenal in the last 3 or 4 years, dude.
Right now.
Tottenham, you literally exactly, dude. It's a different business plan, dude.
Sell out players in order to fund the stadium.
Yeah, but no, Tom, it's not the exact same because Arsenal's ambition. No, it's a similar result, but Arsenal's ambition has always been at Man United, City, and Chelsea level. My argument is that Tottenham agreed, but that's why it's a difference. My argument is that Tottenham's ambition has never been at Man United, City, and Arsenal. They've never been that club.
Now it is.
It's not. Otherwise, they would have spent.
I agree with you.
They're not. I know what Huss is saying. I know exactly what he's saying, and that's exactly what I'm disagreeing with.
Yeah,
100%. Their philosophy is still the exact same since Gareth Bale left the club. When they got that 100 million, everyone's like, "All right, Tottenham now is going to spend money on big plays." They bought Ericsson when he was a quote unquote nobody. They raised Dele Alli. They bought. They didn't buy Kane because he was in their system, but they upgraded Kane. Like they're not this buying club. And yeah, we can say, oh, once the stadium's built, they're going to be a buying club. I'm saying that's bullshit. As long as Daniel Levy is in there, they won't be a buying club. And that's why Pochettino is starting to realize that. And that's why he's rumbling about, well, if we want to increase our ambitions, we got to spend, blah, blah, blah. He's basically laying it out and saying, guys, I love this club. I want to be here for 20 years. But if you motherfuckers don't give me money, I'm not about this Arsenal Wenger project. I have bigger ambitions. Tottenham will always, as long as Daniel Levy is the fucking in charge, they will always be a club that sells their players high and then pockets that money, dude.
I gotta say, Tiki's on fire this episode.
Fucking hot.
Real, man, you're on fire. What's in that drink, man? What are you sipping on there, man?
Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it, bro. My little jetty. My little jetty.
That thing's legit, though. But does anyone else have anything to add to this game?
Look, Tottenham need to figure out Llorente.
He's the worst, bro.
Is he the dude that's supposed to come in after Harry Kane?
No.
Or is he not? Because if he's not, get rid of him now. Get rid of him in January. Get someone new.
They don't have the money, bro. You can't afford to get rid of him. He was never that dude. He was always.
They can't spend 20 mil on somebody.
They can't. Dude, they spent zero in the summer. And their stadium has been extended to next season now. Like they just don't have it. That's why the experiment is so fascinating. Is that they're not just saying, "Oh, we don't want to." It's just they fucking wrong.
Though, here's the thing that's finicky with football business, because football business is the one type of business where you can still be in debt, but if your projections of like jersey sales, we look at you're not even in debt forever, but your ambition is so high that you guys gamble. You take the risk of
100%.
winning the league, of winning the championship.
And that's a business plan.
Big clubs. They're willing to lose 200 million, 100 million in order of taking the risk to win. And
but that's
500 million and $1 billion.
Yeah, that's the business plan. You know what I mean? That's the business plan. Like how some other clubs like Chelsea and Real Madrid, straight up, they're just buyers. Like they don't give a fuck about developing. They're buyers. United developers. City's starting to turn into developers. They were buyers. Now they're developing internal talent. Liverpool's always been the scrappy blend between developing and buying. Tottenham is just developers, bro. They don't suck. They don't suck.
10-year challenge for Spurs. Take that trophy cabinet.
Look, okay, all right. I'm gonna go more on a
Southampton on steroids. They're Southampton on steroids.
Look, I'm gonna go more on a personal level for the fact that look, I coach club teams, and my club team is actually associated with the Spurs. And
the San Antonio Spurs?
No. Tottenham Spurs. Okay, so the thing is, the way to make money is to get through the kids and the parents and making it, and that's what they're trying to do right now. But I've not seen one thing. I've not seen one thing of them coming to America and talking to look. They talk to the coaches and everything like that.
They were here last summer.
But they what?
They were here last summer.
I know, but I'm within a club that is literally associated. We are affiliated with this club. You know, we have certain clubs that are affiliated with Liverpool and Bayern Munich and everything like that. We're affiliated with Spurs. I've not seen anything dealing with Spurs and the little kids.
Are you a Spurs fan, Huss? Because you're getting very aggravated right now.
No. Because what I'm saying is, if I'm aggravated for the fact
That's
because
not that.
I got the same way when it came down to the women's professional team, the Breakers that we're affiliated with as well. When I don't see any backdoor way of trying to make fans, you have to get yourself involved with the young kids. That is how you get Tottenham fans. Get yourselves with the little kids. Do clinics, do anything like that.
Look, I think
and then they're like, oh, Tottenham this, Tottenham that. That's how.
Dude,
that's
I think
how you make the money. It's not this year. It's not next year. It's 5-10 years from now. You
look,
have to
I
have a
agree with
longer
you,
plan.
but the difference with that is that you need to win trophies because people are gonna follow trophies. United is the biggest club in the world, not because we have this brilliant marketing strategy, because we fucking win. That's it.
I
People
think it's more than that.
Look, it's more. The main fucking thing is trophies, bro.
No, that's true. Because
City won more than United, right?
No, it's not the main thing is trophies. The main thing is timing. The timing of the trophies. The timing was in the mid '90s.
Trophies. Where they use timing is.
Let me talk for a moment. The mid '90s and early 2000s. That's when did America start getting soccer? Mid '90s to mid 2000s.
And who are the Yankees? Who are the Yankees of the time?
Only Yankees of the time on TV.
Yeah, but why? Why was United on TV? Why?
Because it was timing.
No.
Okay, fine.
They put the best club. They put the Yankees in South Africa. Watch the Lakers. All right, I know.
But the thing is, if you win, let's say you win 40 trophies. You win 40 trophies from 1910 to 1950. You win 40 trophies in a row. But then you win 15 trophies from 1995 to 2010. Who do you think has more money?
That's a valid
time. It's not trophies. It's not trophies. It's timing of trophies.
Yes, but it's trophies. But it's at the end of the day, sure, it's timing of what?
Timing of trophies.
You need trophies.
The timing is more important.
Everything. No, but the timing.
15 is more than 40.
He's saying the exact same thing. I'm just saying the same fucking thing.
No, I'm not.
I'm literally saying it's trophies, and then you're saying it's timing of trophies. Like we're saying the same thing, but like you're adding
trophies only. You're saying trophies only. When the timing of the trophies is more important than
so who's getting more money right now? Who's getting more TV? Who's getting more TV rights right now between Man City and Man United? Right now, who's getting the money? Who's getting shows on NBC Go? Because one team is winning trophies and the other isn't.
The ground floor of the network.
Because one team is winning trophies and the other isn't.
United would probably get more TV.
This year, City is more TV.
I would say that United is close. United is close because you had the
yes, but as it stands today, City's making more TV rights because they won trophies.
Realistically, you're only in the discussion because of the timing of your trophies. Because we talked about this before. If you switch out Liverpool's 70s and 80s and United's mid 90s and 2000s, Liverpool is a bigger club than United.
Yeah, as it stands, I'm talking present. So like in the 80s, fine. But in the 80s, Liverpool were the biggest club because they were winning trophies. In the 90s, United
made less money back then.
Yeah, but they still made the most money of that time. So like as modern day happens, like it's all about who's winning trophies now. So this is why Man City's making more money now because they're winning trophies now. So like that's all it comes down to. So yes, you can say it's timing, but it's trophies.
Is doing with Man City, dude. The kids were coaching. All of a sudden, they're Man City fans.
Thank you.
There were no fine. Who's making more?
Winning trophies.
Who's making more? Chelsea or United? And Chelsea have been better in the last 5 years than United.
Dude, for TV rights,
over the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah, but it's not about 10, 15 years. It's about now. Tom is literally telling you. He's literally telling you they were Man City kid fans.
I think both are true because Man U wouldn't be able to build up that fan base.
Thank you.
Timing
That's the number one thing. Timing.
But without the trophies.
When you boil it all down.
Yeah, it's silverware.
Yes,
look at the Golden State Warriors right now in South
Africa.
People know about the Golden State Warriors and they love them.
And Tom, in the 80s, we knew about the Lakers. In the 80s, we knew about the Lakers. Exactly.
No, I understand that.
People wearing Yankee caps.
Yes. But why is United probably the most popular brand in America right now?
Because they won when everyone was watching. That's
exactly. Timing.
So what about City now?
Timing is more important than the trophies. Trophies
No,
is critical,
but timing is the trophy. Timing of the trophy. No, it's not when, because it's modern day, dude. It's specifically not when. It's present. That's your timing. You're saying present.
Yeah.
Whoever's winning present. If City goes on a dynasty between now and the next 5 years and they win 3 trophies, they will be a bigger valued club than United, bro.
Not
bullshit.
in America.
No, absolutely in America, because they're winners, dude. People follow the Yankees around the world not because Yankees baseball is so much better, but because when the TVs
got
no,
into
it's
other
not
countries
that.
when the timing happened.
No, why did no, Tom, wait, one more.
Shut this down.
Why did United get the
Move on to
TV rights?
something else.
All right, go ahead, man.
Let's move on to something else, because at this point it's like beating a dead horse. You know what I mean? We know what Huss thinks. We know. What
Notice how I was
bro.
silent this entire time because
For
you guys
real.
just went on some tangent. I'm
Good.
just like, listen.
We
At
should
the
do
end
that
of the
more
day,
often.
it doesn't.
Tiki,
It
let's do that
doesn't
more often.
matter
Both
the
of them shut
timing
up.
or the trophies. At the end of the day, Liverpool are still a small club. Man United are a big club, and that's the way things should be. Bang.
All right.
Bang.
Going into the quick
How's your
touch
bandwagon doing?
segment.
Did you have to wear
Let
Nikes
me
when you
talk
ran
to
onto
guys.
that bandwagon? I don't know if you had enough lift to jump on it or not. Or do you have to wait for the stop, or like what was happening? What happened with that one?
No one's laughing because that's how funny it is.
No, it's not funny. It's the truth.
I hate you so much.
Now you're laughing. Now you're laughing.
All right, quick touch.
Sankyo. Quick touch. Wolves 4, Leicester 3. What a game here, man. That was the opening game of Matchday 23. 7-goal thriller. Beast mode.
Now y'all got nothing to say.
Silent? Is that what's happening right now?
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for Snacks and Tom to take over, right?
Listen, man. Espiritu Santo.
Yeah, it was there. The speedy do. It was there. Oh my god, dude! What a game. Huss's boy Jota showing up with a hat trick.
He never showed up when I had him in fantasy, and now he's showing up, and it's killing me because I'm getting horrible points and negative. It's
Huss,
just not good in fantasy
Huss,
right now.
You're on a Huddersfield slide, bro. You're getting relegated.
It's not good.
At the end of Saturday's games, which everyone basically played except City and Tottenham, you're sitting on 10 points, bro.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
Tom leaped you, bro. Tom Frog leaped you. Tom, you're now in second of the PFC Nation.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
No,
I got
host.
36 points or something, so I got another 26 points going. It's not good. It's
It's
not
ugly,
good.
bro. It's getting ugly. You're slipping and sliding. I finally cracked top 20. Coming for that ass, man. I'm coming for that ass.
Classic Huss in Liverpool, slip and sliding. We don't let it slip.
This is the
We
first
don't
time.
let it slip.
This is the first time I haven't been in the top 10 in like how many years?
Yeah, this is the first time I tried, bro. This is it. This is the focus.
Oh, the first time I did try. Oh,
It's the focus, man. I'm reading articles. I signed up to
you
some
have
membership.
read the article. Oh my
I
god!
know fantasy articles, not.
All right, back to
I
the
always
game,
love my
though.
footy.
Back to the
Yeah,
game.
let's do it.
We were talking about mistakes earlier, mistakes from players. This Brian guy that no one cares about. Let's talk about the mistake from Johnny Evans, just gifting the ball to Wolves in the 92nd or 93rd minute.
Johnny even sucks.
Yeah, Johnny Evans is ass, bro. I hate him. Gets the
He's
ball.
like
I don't know who
swamp
it was who got the ball. Sets a dime for
People like
Jota,
gas.
and
They don't
Jota
hate
puts it away to allow Espiritu Santos to
Crash
run over to the players
Yeah.
at the end of the game, and the look on Claude Puel's face said it all.
Devastating, bro. Devastating. Hands and face. It was painful, man. It was painful to see this for Leicester because this should have been 3-3, man. They got excited. They got greedy, started pushing forward, thought they could steal a victory. It's a lack of respect of this Wolves team, man. They should have just packed it in after they got their third goal. Wes Morgan gets it in the 87th.
Away from home.
Away from home. It hasn't been pretty. They were basically chasing the game. They were down 2-0 at half, Leicester. So they did brilliantly to come back and make it 3-3. Don't get greedy, bro.
Which manager showed defeat more, Puyol or
Ranieri.
or Ranieri for
Oh,
Fulham?
dude, it was so funny.
He was gonna cry before he was the 2 hands on the face.
They're both Leicester linked, dude. That's the
Puel
saddest
was worse,
part.
man. I think Puel, because he was thinking, what more do I need to do to get this result? And it was a 4-3 game, man. And it was against Wolves, too. Okay, you lose against Spurs, you're like, shit, it hurts at home and everything. But come on, man. To be away from home, the entire fandom of the Wolves going nuts. The manager of the other team runs onto the pitch. That's how big the fourth goal was. Like, and he got sent up to the stands after that. We saw a similar thing happen with Jurgen Klopp earlier in the season. But
Yeah,
at emotional times like this, man, like sometimes it's actually good for the manager to like show that spirit or that spirit and the case with the players and actually be present, man. And it was, man. He touched the guy's head. Was it Jota?
Jota, yeah.
Oh my God, man! Like what a performance, dude!
Dude,
I love Wolves.
It was absolutely brilliant, man. Shout out to Damari Gray getting himself a nice clean ducket here. Low shot, far post, really well taken. Could have dove, opted to stay on his feet, man. I like this kid a lot. He's 22 now. It feels like he's been around forever, you know, on the wings. But they played him in the 10th spot this game, and he was pretty decent.
James Maddison coming in with the ducket on the Wes Morgan goal. That was a clean cross. That was a beautiful ball.
Yeah,
like, it couldn't have been more perfect. He did the little stutter before he did it, getting the defense a little shaken up, and then put the dime in. And listen, man, Claude Puel's a good manager, man. He's always improved at every club he's been to. He's never had that. I'm pretty sure he win the league in France with Lille. I think he did. He might have won that back in like 2011, 2010. So he's a good manager. He's a decent manager. It's unlucky that they didn't win. That's what happens. I mean, like we were saying earlier on the mistake, it just, you know, sometimes mental lapses happen unless you're like Johnny Evans, who's just a piece of garbage. And that's all. And literally the head can turn on a mistake. You cannot make a mistake at this level, because if you make a mistake, we've seen it with Pogba so many times this season, making a mistake in midfield that leads to a goal. Can't make those mistakes anymore.
I think Jamie Vardy needs to stop playing Spider-Man at practice and work more on his finishing.
Great call.
You know what I mean? These dudes out here joking around, clowning around like this is the old championship team.
Right.
Come on, man. Wes Morgan's only getting older. He did have a little bit of a mistake that led to a goal. So he played a part in that. Yeah, he made up for it with the goal. But these dudes, man, like, get serious.
Dude, in 2 years, if they don't sort this out, they're going to be in a relegation battle. Like, you're seeing the slide here. Hopefully a guy like Maddison and Gray can kind of keep that talent up. They got to come up with a plan to replace Vardy. They don't have to sell him, but there's got to be a guy on the bench who you can sub on. Who's
Kelechi Nacho?
Garbage.
He's the dude, man. He's the dude.
Bitch.
Yeah, let my man live.
Yeah, let him live in the fucking championship, bro.
Yeah, at least he gets playing time over your boy George's Kevin and Kudu, bro.
When he comes down to Madison,
he does fucking nothing with it.
At least he gets it, though. Where's your boy Nkudu, man?
Kudu, you're about to see this dude.
Making sounds now.
About to see Nkudu.
Okay, I don't even know where this show is going right now. You guys make sounds. All right, so Madison here. All right, does he have more of a Sterling or more of a Lamella? And I'm not saying a position or stature or anything like that, but I'm saying, does Madison have a better chance of being with a City or staying with a team like a West Ham type of deal with him in the next 5 years?
I think he needs time to develop. He's got the fundamentals pretty much down. He can score. He can pass.
He's starting to look special, dude. I don't know, man.
He could dribble. I think he needs at least 2 more years at Leicester or a club of that level. I mean, if I were him, what I would do is, if I have another hot year, make that jump to Everton. That's still a little bit, down, but a bit better than Leicester at the current stage. And then if you could test your luck, go to a City, go to a Spurs.
It might be better to stay with Leicester than go to Everton. Because if you're rocking,
he's saying in 3 years, go to he sees a step before the top 6. So like,
I know what I'm saying is, Leicester might be better than Everton in those 3 years. What I'm saying is,
he's not saying specifically Everton. He's saying
that level. Like Everton will spend 60 mil on a player. Leicester will never be able to spend that much. They will surround Madison.
I know what I'm saying is, a player development. Sometimes it's better to stay where you are in those 3 years.
100%.
Then making the big step. Maybe just go straight to make that big step.
No, that's what he's answering. He's saying that he doesn't think Madison can go right away to the big step. He needs a club in between and then step.
No, I don't even think there's a club in between. I'm thinking, instead of going 2 years, then 1 year, then big step, no, just fucking go.
After 3 years,
after 3 years,
have the risk of
3 years. Rather than making that transfer, just stay at that team rather than 3 years.
You run the risk of going stagnant.
Yeah, you just asked his opinion. I got snacks on this. I think he needs to go maybe Spurs, to make that jump. Once Eriksen goes, there'll be room there. I don't see him going from Leicester to City, Liverpool, United. I don't think he can make.
Mahrez won the title, bro.
Exactly. He's got to do Mahrez numbers for me to believe it. Until then, he's just a hot prospect, good-looking kid. But I think there's going to be a step in between, whether it's West Ham, Everton, maybe even Spurs, Like I don't think he's gonna go Leicester to the stars yet. Who knows?
I could maybe 3 years from now see where Chelsea's at.
Yeah, maybe. Look, maybe we'll see. Bournemouth 2, West Ham 0. Arnautovic not in the squad.
No Arnie, no goals, bro. No Arnie, no goals.
Linked with leaving here for China once that money.
Breaking news, though, there is a report that he may stay for the rest of the season. So we're gonna see how it develops.
Look, it won't be up to him. He'll stay because he's under contract. It'll be one of those Payet situations where Payet wanted to leave in the summer. They're like, nah, bro. And then eventually they had him let him go in January because he was just becoming a locker room headache. Arnautovic is that dude.
It tells you once he does want to leave and he does receive an offer. Now, if he doesn't receive an offer, okay.
Look,
he's held to contract, so business-wise, it is their right to hold on to him.
Well, they're also
when a player outcries then and starts, acting out because.
But he's never been that type of player, and you got to factor in
what type of player. What type of player?
Look, the type of guy
like
that
Pogba?
will like when they're Pogba, bro. Nah, like Coutinho actually, like Coutinho when he realized he was the beta, and he's like Barcelona interested in me. Oh well, I'm gonna go to Barcelona. Freaking cuck, bro. This guy. No, what I mean by that type of player is like the Balotelli. When things aren't working out for you, you want to jump ship. Arnautovic is the type of guy. Here's the thing: we have two stories. We have the story that he has this aspirations of going to a top 6 club or a team in the Champions League. His brother reported in that he feels that he's at that level where he can contribute to a Champions League team. Then we have the other side where he's linked with China and he should be focusing, oh, well, I'm 30 years old. I might need to start getting money to, whatever, for whatever personal reasons. So we have two sides of the story. Him staying at West Ham doesn't really help us in either of those sides of the story.
Yeah,
I think we're leaning because these Chinese teams can pay the money for him now. But if he doesn't go, that will, in my mind, go ahead.
The issue is for him, top 6 or bust. Like, he doesn't want to scrap. He was already at Stoke for way too long. He's seeing his boy Shaqiri doing work, playing for titles, playing for Champions Leagues.
Let's go. Bring it out.
Liverpool, but they don't want him, dude. No one in the top 6 wants him. I know,
I
bro.
want him. Bring him in.
You want everybody.
No one in the top 6.
Every player that's linked with any team, you want them.
No one wants him in the top 6. So he's basically saying, all right, I'm done grinding blue-collar work. I'm going to go get my payday in China. That's the only reason China came up, is because top 6 teams don't necessarily want him. He was pushing for Tottenham, especially with Harry Kane being down. He feels he could help him. But the issue with him, man, he's not a good locker room dude. He's not a good dude to have on your bench and have play that supplemental role.
Well,
there was an article about him last year when he was at Inter. One of the coaches, I forget his name, was like, yeah, this guy literally like there are people who are like, oh, well, I think I'm like Ronaldo. This is how I play. He genuinely thinks like wherever he goes, he's the best player, which is like a nice sense of confidence. But like that type of
ego,
that type of ego is not good to have in the locker room. No. Obviously, Ronaldo is the same exact type of guy, but he gets like 40, 50 goals a season. So it's, oh, whatever, we'll live with it. But Arnautovic doesn't get 30, 40 goals. He's at West Ham. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Dude, most professionals have that mentality.
No. Look, there's a line though. Like you say, your famous line. There's levels to the shit, and his level is out of control. He's not a good team player.
It's the Nicholas Bentner where it's like you think you're way better than you actually are.
Oh my God, name drop.
But at least Arnautovic, he has some quality to him. I think. Remember?
But do you think
Berbatov? Remember when he was at Spurs and he was
different level.
Yeah,
that dude was top goal scorer at Spurs for 2 years in a row. Then went to United and put in work. Different level.
Same general region.
Nah, man. Look, Arnautovic, it's just unfortunate because
no way. I just think they offer different things, but I think maybe he has that potential to.
Look, his ability is there, but I think what hampers him from a move is his attitude, his ego. Yeah. Like straight up, he can't go to Spurs. Spurs is a symbiotic team where everyone works hard, listens to the coach like good little boys. Arnautovic is not about that life. He can't go to Liverpool because he's going to ride the bench, huh?
What about Bournemouth, though?
Dude, he doesn't want that life. That's why he chose China. Like, that's why he's leaving West Ham for China.
When Wilson gets sold. When Wilson goes to...
But that's not the point. That's not the reason he wants to leave. If he was happy at that level, he wouldn't leave West Ham, dude. That's
he wants money.
Top 6 or bust. That's it. Top 6 or money.
No, it's not top 6. He wants money.
No, he wanted top 6. He wanted Spurs. He wanted to move. Spurs.
There was a link with United.
He wants Champions League soccer.
Who's better right now, Arnautovic or Llorente?
Arnautovic,
but Spurs don't want him. Spurs don't want him because he's a fucking egomaniac. It's not dumb, bro. It's
I think that is. I think you take.
He's gonna come in and
Nah,
Ozil
man.
your club.
I think
He's
no. I think
he's
you take
there.
stab on the dude for 1 year, maybe 2 years, and guess what?
No, man, you don't. You
After
don't.
Real life
in the summer.
factors, man. You never
Exactly.
There's real life factors.
He's a
dude.
cancer.
Yeah, you can mess up locker rooms with a guy.
I've never met him in person, so maybe I think he's cool. I mean, he's one of the best brothers.
I'd love
That's
to
probably-
chill with Arnautovic. I'd love to chill with Arnautovic. I think you'd be an entertaining character. I think you'd be like Zlatan, just walking around chest out. But man, there's more to that in football than your chest out, bro. But yeah, Tom, you're right. Bournemouth, bro.
Just wrap it up. Dude,
Going back on what Tiki just said about Zlatan, like Zlatan was
Never
that
mind,
dude.
Tom.
Zlatan was that dude. You know what I'm saying? He was that guy who. My bad. All right, Tom, you can go ahead if you want. But damn,
Oh, man, I'm just trying to quick touch
Tom,
this shit, man.
you're
You guys
so
are
low.
the ball and shit.
Dude, you're so low. I don't even know if you're talking or not.
Well, freaking Callum Wilson.
Next to the mic.
He's got 10 goals. Like, we can talk about Bournemouth a little bit and then wrap it up. You dig?
damn.
Go ahead,
You
bro.
really want to
Tell
get?
us about
You really want to play this
What'd you
FIFA,
say?
huh?
Tom, you need to start doing sign language. I can't hear you.
You got to turn your volume up.
Oh, really?
You gotta
Can you
start
hear me now?
screaming, bro. Start
Can you hear me
screaming.
now?
You got to get amped,
No.
bro. All three of us are amped over here. You try to hold court, bro. This is FIFA. This is
Why
our
do you think I've talked over you like 10 times this episode? Because
This
I
is
don't know if you're talking or not. I just
Quick
keep going.
motherfucking touch, bitch.
What? I see you
This is our-
multiple.
guys.
I see you multiple. But I can't hear you.
Yo, for you guys listening out there, I know this episode's a bit hectic, a lot of talking over each other. Man, it's just excitement. This is our first live stream in a while. We usually do this in person, so it's a little bit better with the etiquette. But man, we're bringing the fire. This is how you and your friends talk in a bar, talking over each other, calling each other out on reckless shit. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you're not, man, just tune out, bro. Like, we'll be fine, man.
And if you have friends like Snacks, get new friends.
Thank
But
you.
like saying, like
Agree, Huss. There it is. Give me a pound. Give me a pound, Huss. Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all boys. That's it. At the end of the day, we're still all boys. So if you want
some of us are boys.
Some
Yeah.
Tiki
Another
just a straight
Huss. Another one, Huss. We fucking got him, bro. We
quick
got him,
touch.
bro.
Quick touch. Quick touch.
No, but shout out to Wilson out here still doing it. Young Caleb Chuck Wilson doing the thing. Josh King back in scoring as well. Haven't seen him score for a while. Saw a lot of PK goals from him, but gets an open play goal. Good for him. Bournemouth.
Well, what was that? You just cut out.
Did he die? Did he die?
Oh, the fire got
Just
put
froze
out.
up.
Uh-oh.
The fire
Uh-oh.
got put out.
Do we just take over from him
T-Rex.
for him now?
Do you guys hear me?
Yeah, now we hear you.
Bournemouth.
All right, no, let's keep it moving. That's a hint to keep it moving. Go ahead. Newcastle 3, Cardiff 0. Boom.
Newcastle with a big win in the relegation battle. Freaking this right back named Shar coming out here with the brace out of absolutely nowhere. And it's interesting because Cardiff just brought Umar Niasse from Everton on loan. They played him right away. And then that day, I'm pretty sure like right after the result had happened, they announced that they broke their club record fee to bring in Emiliano Saya from Nantes. And he was apparently banging in goals there. So it's going to be interesting to see how it fits, if they're going to stay in the Premier League.
This was a tough loss for them to take. They're in the relegation zone right now. They got a bit of a cushion with Hudders. Hudders is looking like they're done. But they got 5-point cushion on Fulham, who dropped points this past week. So, look, those two signings are great, man. They could easily grab, another 6 to 10 points in the next few games. Newcastle's right there in the relegation battle with them too. So this was unfortunate to lose. This is what they call a 6-point swing. When you beat a team like right next to you, you get 3 points, but you also cock block them from getting 3 points. So it's brilliant work by Newcastle.
Hell of a goal by Shar. I think he may have been playing center back.
Yeah, he's a center back, man. This dude.
It was like a run from half. Messi, yes. If Messi
Class.
did that, everyone would have been wild.
Thank you,
man.
bro.
This guy dribbled from the half all the way to like the PK spot and just the composure on the finish to tuck it with his left foot, bottom corner, man. It was a great goal for them.
Dude, that was class, man.
After game week 25, because they faced City then Spurs, after that, they faced Wolves, Huddersfield, Burnley, West Ham, Everton, and Bournemouth. This looks like a good pickup for fantasy because he's 4.6. Only
For sure.
0.2% own him.
Cool,
Do
man.
you own him,
Love
Huss?
it.
Do you own him?
Not yet. In 3 weeks, I right?
Dude, shout out to Yosi Perez. Love this dude. Him and Lanzini, my crushes. I love their playing style. And now Perez is back healthy. I think that's 2 goals in 2 games for him. Dude, I love
What?
Ayoze Perez, dude.
Why?
He's just got some silk about him. He's not, he's not
Silk?
this world-class player. Yeah, dude. Ayoze Perez is silky as fuck.
got some
That's his
silk, bro.
style, bro.
Yeah,
He's not,
Eh.
he doesn't always produce, but his style is silk, bro.
Eh.
He's Lamella type. It makes sense. It makes sense. You like Lamella too.
Dude, and Lanzini, bro. Lanzini and Ayoze Perez play very similar styles. I love them, man.
I'd rather
South-
take Rondon than Perez.
Yeah, dude, you like Bash Bros. That's what it comes down to. Like, that's just style, bro. And I love you for it. I love you for it.
Peace
So-
out.
Southampton 2, Everton 1.
I got to get in Power Rangers.
Huss and Hoodle comes in and they start winning games.
I love this guy's name, man. It's fucking out of control. Dude, I think we're all drunk.
I definitely am.
I know,
I've
Huss
had
is.
brunch. I've brunch all day. You can see in my eyes, it kind of watery a little bit. What's going on?
Dude, we gotta post this. For sure, we gotta post this.
Oh man! But hey, what else would we be doing on a Sunday afternoon? This is
Right?
why we do it, because we're some of the best friends and just hanging out, talking, whatever.
I love it, man.
That's it. That's all
Dude,
I got.
Team inconsistent for this season, Everton, dude. They spent a boatload of money, got a hot up and coming manager. And this dude, Marco Silva, is having an absolute nightmare. It goes down 2-1 to new manager bound Southampton. The game, I think, Southampton were never really in that much danger in this game, to be honest. It should have been 2-0. Everton gets that consolation late. Gylfi Sigurdsson, where you at, Al?
Look, man, I think this was one of those games that could decide Marco Silva's job, bro. Like, look where Southampton has been for the entire season. They've been poor. Yeah, they got the new manager bounce, but you've been given like over 100 million.
I think it was a 150 or something.
Yeah, it was like
close to 2. Yeah,
somewhere like that. And to me, it's the Mourinho thing. Obviously, there was more operating there. All I'm saying is that you got the players wrong. You purchased the wrong players. It's not working out for you.
Or look,
They still
look, I hear you on that.
A Lukaku replacement. And that's the primary thing. All the investment has been in midfield, wingers.
They can have him back.
Midfield,
They can have him back.
Some defense. No striker. They've tried. They've attempted to, but they've been misses. Tucson Cenk was one. Yeah. You have the young Calvert-Lewin coming up. But
look, Tom, but that's the unfortunate reality, man. When these teams,
he's next to get sacked.
He might be, man. He might be. When these teams lose their number 9, like there's a reason why number 9s cost the most, or goal scorers, I should say, because now even wingers are arguably number 9s. Why goal scorers cost the most, bro? Because it's a rare talent. Right now, there's a shortage of CBs, like world-class center backs for sure. But it's still
inflated.
It's still a goal scorer's world, man. If you can score goals, you'll play anywhere in the world. And it's not as easy to replace. So I kind of forgive him on that. They have been trying, even before him. Cenk Tosun wasn't his signing. The only guy I think he thought Richarlison could play number 9. I stand by this dude. He's just not a fucking number 9. Or maybe not yet a number 9. He's not going to be able to lead that line for you. Get him back out wide.
This is the type of game why I said why Maddison shouldn't leave Leicester for an Everton to make a big jump to a big club. Because I think Everton in the last 10 years might be the most pound-for-pound overrated team in the EPL.
No, that's Liverpool. That's Liverpool.
Relax.
That's Liverpool, bro.
Relax.
You and Everton have the same amount of silverware, bro, in the last 5 years. Ducats, bro. Merseyside losers.
I'm not going for
it's fine because you're a bunch of cocks.
I only care about 2 things: Champions League and League. That's it.
And you have neither. I don't care about you have neither, bro.
And you don't got the consolation prizes as well.
No, I don't care about the consolation prize. I'm only going for those 2. If I lose out on those,
you're losing out on both.
That's fine. But I'm not going for the little things.
You are clearly.
You should be, bro.
Yeah.
No,
that's all you can handle. That's all you can handle.
Hurtel, good for him, man. He comes in making a name for himself. I'm curious to see Southampton after 5 or 6 games because there's still a lack of quality in the side. New manager bounce is a real thing, guys.
Drama building in this game. It was the 94th. It was supposed to be 4 added minutes of extra time, but it went all the way almost up to 10. And you can see Huss and Hoodle and all the assistant coaches and stuff.
Oh, so rude, dude.
Awesome.
They're just like, what?
It was so ridiculous, dude. It was so fucked up, man. Like, I hate when this stuff happens unless Man United, it's happening for Man United.
I think
but we all love it.
It ended actually at, I think, 98 minutes. So it went 8 over. It went double the time.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Plus
There was a
score,
couple
and they
times
went
though,
to
the fans were holding the Southampton fans.
Yeah. I love that, dude.
So the ref's like, all right, you keep it. I'll extend it by 30 seconds.
Yeah, man. No, I love that, man. The fans got to help out. I love when the ball boys do it and they get yelled at by
Then you saw
the club.
The fourth official was trying to break it down to the coach, like why this, why that. Oh, come on now, double the time, double. Like, really?
Dude, they held on though. I think there would have been a riot if Everton
They had a chance.
tied it up.
They had 2 chances at the very end. Imagine if they scored one of those. Oh my God!
No, they would have been right. They would have charged the field. Like we see in those South American games in Brazil, dude, when just guys are coming in with flying kicks on the players and the refs. It would have been one of those situations. Yeah, dude. No, this was bad. But anyway, Watford 0, Burnley 0. Another inconsistent team, Watford. At least they haven't spent as much money as Everton has, so their manager might have a bit more of a cushion. But team inconsistent, man. You got Dini up there. You got De La Feu. You got all these guys who can make things happen. Pereira. And just nothing coming of it. Blanked by Burnley.
Penis formation didn't work today.
What was that, Snacks?
Penis formation didn't work.
No, it didn't. I love this formation, dude. Guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, go to whoscored.com and then look up Watford and their formation, bro. Very narrow.
I always consider like the hangman formation because it looks like it's like a head with like arms and like a body.
But you're not a pervert like us. We just see penis.
Almost identical to Huss's donger, though.
Pretty much.
Huss's donger. That's too funny. Tin Kapuya getting man of the match according to Who Scored. Tarkowski clearance off the line. Yeah, man, these two teams kind of bore me, but you're right, Tom. Watford has been a bit overachieving this year. Dude, I remember when they were in top 4 and the manager was like, yeah, we don't belong here, bro. We don't belong here.
Now it's Troy Deeney.
I'm still pissed at him about that.
I think that was Troy Deeney that asked him, and like, you think you're going to win the league? And he was like, nah, let's be real.
No. It was, Troy Deeney said that, but Javier Garcia, they're like, you've had a great start. What do you think of you being in the top 4? It's like, nah, we don't belong here. It's unrealistic.
Yeah, top 7, though. He's in 7th place. That's not horrible for Watford.
No, it's not bad. That's very good. Yeah, it's great.
That's what Everton should be.
They're 11 points. They're 11 points behind United. But look, if United didn't make that manager switch, they could probably be 6 points behind.
Dude, there was a time when they were like 2 points behind us, bro. So like, you're 100% right, man.
They were for Europa.
They were pipping United, bro. But now reality's set in. The top 6, I think, is not set as far as order, but it's definitely going to be the top 6 clubs.
The Elton John spells have been winishing off. They're just kind of fading off. You know, Elton John, he's part owner.
That's that's homophobic, bro. That's 2019, Huss.
No, how's that anti-phobic? I said he's a magician. I said he's like a wizard.
You said it's washing off, bro. Like gays or something you got to wash off.
No, that's nothing. I had nothing to do with
Huss, that's so inappropriate, bro.
I'm saying he's like a magician because Elton John was. Oh my God!
I just want to say.
I was basically saying he's a wizard.
I just want to say the homophobic views expressed by PFC host Hussy are not shared by the show.
That cannot be more false. I love
2019 hashtag Me Too.
I actually really like Elton John more than all you guys.
Hashtag Me Too. Hashtag not us.
When was the last time you listened to Elton John song?
Hashtag love is love.
Yesterday.
You want to hear a fun fact?
Crocodile Rock.
This better be fun, Snacks.
Okay. So basically, someone told me.
Tapped out, by the way. Tom's had enough of our bullshit.
Someone told me a story about the Crocodile Rock. It was a high school. It was a high school story.
So you really gonna go into the story, bro?
No, I'm not telling the story. Okay. So there's one dude who, like 9th grade, went in talent show, did Crocodile Rock, was horrendous, and everyone booed him off the stage. 2nd year, he came back. Crocodile Rock. Horrendous. People booed him off stage. The 3rd year, they didn't boo him off the stage, but by the 4th year, he didn't get on the stage. And like, why? It's like, oh, you booed him. They chanted his name until he got on the stage. And it became like the best show this high school ever had because of Crocodile Rock. This guy had the worst but best performance of Crocodile Rock probably in history.
Thanks for that, man. High school story. Could have done without that story. It's not even footy related.
I thought it was going somewhere, anywhere. Circling back.
But I guess
it's
keep
the worst but best.
Even if you suck, keep trying until they want you on stage because you suck. I guess.
So bad.
That's Lukaku right there. That sounds like Lukaku's rendition right there.
So what are you gonna say? Fun fact, bro. This better be fun.
When I say fun fact,
Oh no, I said fun fact.
Sorry, snacks.
Fun fact:
You-
the
you-
last top 16 to finish outside the top 6, Liverpool. No one's.
That was not fun, man.
We all do that.
You guys get that shit together, man.
I was waiting for Tiki and Tom to go, hey, and we were gonna start walling out.
Huss
Nah.
got the longest story, dead air. Snacks got a fun fact. That shit wasn't fun. Come on,
We
man.
do it.
Running out of
I
gas, man.
remember it. It
Clearly
sucks.
running out of gas here. All
Get that
right,
oil
guys.
change.
Anything else before we go? Any more fun facts, guys? Before we wrap
Darmian
this
signed
up?
the
We're gonna talk
contract
about this.
extension today.
What'd you say? Snacks?
Darmian had his contract extended amid all the Juve interest.
Yeah, I think he got confirmed that he's leaving for Juve, so he might stay a United player. But I think the rest of the season, they owe him that, man. Like the dude doesn't get minutes. Like he's still, a decent age. So
Proper,
loan him
proper
out. Go
servant,
get him
proper
minutes.
servant to the club. No
Yeah,
complaint.
he doesn't make noise. He does what he can when he's on. Yeah, man, loan him out. Let this guy get his minutes, and he's going to Juve, which is interesting, man. It makes me re-look at him. I don't think he's going there to start or anything, but it makes me take another look at him because if Juve is willing to at least loan him, even if he's a body, Juve can loan anyone in the world. You know what I mean? And they chose Darmian. I know he's Italian, but like he could have gone to another Italian club. I think he was linked with one of the Milans. I don't remember if it was Inter or AC.
Yeah, I think it was Inter.
That would have been more realistic. Clubs trying to rebuild, trying to get bodies in there. But a team that's obviously going to win Serie A this year, they're fighting for Champions League as always. They have CR7. They probably have their best chance.
It might just be a registration thing
years.
because he's Italian, because they might have foreign players and stuff. So it might just be a
But they
registration
could have
thing.
signed any Italian player. You know what I mean? Like Juve can literally pick anyone up in Italy and arguably in the world too because they're so fucking good.
It's the Bayern Munich effect.
Exactly. So like it makes me just take a quick look at Darmian. Like, hey man, did I miss something? Because I don't think he's Man United good. Like
I think they're missing Lichtsteiner. That was the guy
Okay.
who kind of
That's a good
played
shout.
it up and down, wing back, sort of box to box. So
but is
they're
that
trying to just rejuvenate? They're not.
Wait.
did you
You're
see
talking about your guy?
Darmian being a replacement for
No,
Lichtsteiner
they-
even on loan? Like that's
Yeah, you know
impressive
what?
to me, man.
They have the Portuguese kid who's killing it. Was it Cancelo?
Yeah,
He came
yeah.
from Valencia.
Cancelo,
He's
yeah.
been killing it, but
Beast.
you need another guy who's a box to box similar.
Wait,
but he can also
I
defend.
agree with that. I'm just
Talking
my
about your guy,
point is I'm just
Arsenal the quicksand man. The guy sucks.
Not in
Just-
The guy sucks.
decent Serie A, man.
Yeah, I was just
Nah,
impressed
the guy
Now he
sucks.
sucks for Arsenal. We got
Quicksand man, he sucks.
But
yeah, no, I was just
I would probably
impressed.
take Mustafi over him. Guy sucks.
yeah, now
Yeah, I was just
No,
impressed that
2 years
Darmian
ago, he sucked.
was that dude.
look, Huss,
That they
you suck
chose.
now. But if we would have looked back, there
No,
was
no,
a point
I'm
where you
awesome.
didn't suck
I've always
as
been
much.
awesome. I've always been awesome.
All right, guys.
All
Thank
right,
you
I
for
got-
listening.
I have so many bites.
What?
Are we not doing this? Are we not doing my bites?
What bites?
I got nuggets.
First
man.
things
That's what I'm
first.
saying.
Both outside backs for Liverpool have been re-signed. Who else? Everton had been about to make a shock swoop for Batshuayi, the Chelsea man.
That's a good one, dude. That's a good one. I think Batshuayi, that's a perfect
Bernardo
bounce back
Silva,
club.
Maybe making a switch over to Real Madrid. What else do you want?
Real Madrid, yo, real
Oh,
quick. Speaking of Real Madrid,
Let him get it in, Huss.
Rabiot?
Real Madrid apparently have reached a verbal agreement to sign Porto center back Eder Militao for around 50 million, 44 million, depends on which currency. Dude, this kid, they're saying is the best defender in the Liga NOS, the Portuguese league, and he's versatile. Can play a little bit of right back. He's like a quick center back, Brazilian center back. So he's
Sounds like Lindelof to me.
Like
Liverpool was very highly linked with this guy, so I'm actually
Man
kind of
U as
impressed
well.
that they're
a lot of
they got
everyone's
him.
been watching him.
Yeah, but I mean, Rabiot, he's Barcelona is about to take the transfer off the table if he doesn't fully commit.
Yeah, it's tough,
I
man,
mean,
because
there's a lot of
he's
stuff
been dropped. He's been dropped from PSG starting lineup a few times because of this. Because basically, he told PSG was gonna sign if they gave him the right number, and then PSG gave him the right number, and now he's thinking about not signing. So he's kind of in the middle here. This kid's got to decide. The longer these type of things go on, the distractions off the field, the more it affects the player's play, and then it affects his value overall. So he's got to decide, man.
He's a little bit of a head case, as Robbie.
He is.
He's
very
talented, but man,
for sure,
he's holding himself back with
I would take him
sort
at
of shenanigans.
That's what I'm saying, man.
We know, Huss. We know you would take him at Liverpool. My
thirsty,
God.
bro. You're thirsty.
You would take him at.
Thirsty,
You
like.
better take him at United.
Not over Pogba, bro.
I'm not saying over Pogba, but there's other people on the field other than Pogba.
Nah,
That's why you guys haven't done well.
You sleep on Herrera.
Oh my
Tiki,
God.
Tiki, turn your jersey around. Turn your jersey around, Tiki. Show him. Show him.
Dude, you wouldn't take your own mother over Pogba.
Yeah, wow.
Oh my Lord.
No respect.
Real quick about Batshuayi. How is Batshuayi gonna do if he gets actually sold to Everton?
This is his proof that Chelsea did me wrong. It's going to take a bit of time for him to get back into rhythm, but he had a decent loan spell at Dortmund. He's garbage at Valencia. I think they cut it short, and Chelsea's looking to offload him. So Everton, I think, would be a fine place for him to land. If Harry Kane wasn't so dominant, I'd say maybe even Spurs. But once Harry Kane comes back and Son is a beast, Batshuayi is going to be in the same position.
And then Carlson can go back to the normal position on the left side.
Maybe, or you could go 9, man. They need a 9, clearly. Everton does. Again, I say Richarlison.
Sure.
I think he's this guy. We're not even going to remember his name 3 years from now. We're going to be like, wow, that underground baller.
Baller, man.
Guys disagree. I know there's not a popular opinion. I'm not expecting you guys to disagree with the statement.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's a take. That's a hot take right there.
Yeah, man. I don't see the pieces, especially him being Brazilian. I don't see that silk about him. He's definitely got a nose for goal.
I do see the silk for Richarlison. I do agree with you. If we were talking about Kennedy, yes, we're not going to remember Kennedy. Richarlison,
but Kennedy,
I think we're going to remember that dude.
In that position as well. I feel like Kennedy was that dude. Everyone was like, "Wow, promising kid." Obviously, he never had the numbers that Richarlison did, but at least I feel like it's the same thing. Where like after 3 years, he's not going to hit the peaks he's projected to hit, and we won't fucking remember this dude's name. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. We'll see.
And that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
Is there anything else? Can we finish? Are we done?
I know, dude. I was trying to end it, but people had nuggets. Any more nuggets?
Yeah, nugget. I need to get another beer.
I think you should be cut off. I'm going to call Lindsay. Tell her to cut you off.
Don't.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. It's been real. Peace.
Bye.